welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the one and only, the human turret, one of the best ARs to ever do it. Give it up for the world champ himself, Sam LaRue Octane. We got some of the best analysis in the game, the world champ himself, Christopher Duarte Parasite. We got the multi-world champion, the multi-champion, a legend, an icon to the Call of Duty space. Give it up for Patrick Price Aches. And then, of course, we got the one and only, the executive producer of The Flank. Give it up for Benjay Nassim. Gentlemen, how we feeling? 5 matches today. Lots of 3-0s. We got a lot to talk about today. Got some matches tomorrow. We'll start with you, Pat. What's going on with you, Slayer? What's happening, man?
I mean, another day, but nothing new, man. Nothing new. I think predictions were pretty much what we all expected outside of the Losers 1 series. But
yeah.
I'm glad we get through Fridays, bro. Fridays are becoming those days at tournaments where you're just like, they're kind of a drag sometimes because you expect most of the matches, but now we get into the good meat of the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, we did have some good matchups today. They just weren't really that close, right? I mean, we had some close maps, but for the most part, the series were pretty one-sided. But we'll obviously get into it, give our thoughts. But what about you, Sam? How you doing today, brother? You doing all right?
I'm doing good. Dallas is on the clock currently. If they don't draft Caleb Johnson, I will not be doing the rest of the show.
What if they take Shadur Sanders?
If they take Shadur Sanders, you guys need a new co-host.
No way.
But other than that,
it was
a dreadful day. It's commercial break. They're about to. It's a dreadful day of COD.
I'm actually curious who they pick. So you got to let us know over there. Keep us updated.
I'll let
Spoilers are on the timeline already.
I'm not spoiling anything. Don't you dare spoil shit.
No, I got you.
What about you, Benjay? You doing all right, Ben?
I mean, this emote has had my thoughts, Tom, on today.
What the hell is that?
You don't know Resident Sleeper?
Resident Sleeper?
You don't know Resident Sleeper?
I don't.
That's an OG, Tom. I mean, yeah, it's just a snooze Friday, but I will say that the way that today went, Rokkr have an opportunity to make the champs race super interesting between them and Optic going into Major 4.
Yeah, I think things are just getting even closer and closer. We'll definitely take a look at the standings as well, see kind of what's going on there. But what about you, Duarte? You doing all right? Everything good, Chris?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Just more so excited for tomorrow. Today was a blowout, for the most part for the entire day. But at the very least, we get some banger matches tomorrow and some 6 storylines that could continue to unfold. Yeah. So I'm not too down.
Yeah, definitely want to get into it. We have 5 matches to cover today, so let's just get right into it and give our thoughts, man. I think we got a lot to talk about with some of these teams. If we start things off first, we got Cloud9 going up against Atlanta FaZe, and let me tell you something. This one wasn't even close. We started off the day with a very quick series. I think it was about a 45-minute series. Went by the blink of an eye. We start things off on a Hasi and a hard point, 250 to 164 in that one. Then a red card S&D 6-5. So C9 was able to push that to around 11, but Atlanta FaZe closed that one out. And then another protocol control where FaZe, they just look so dominant on that map. They win that one 3-0. We'll scroll down, take a look here at the stat sheet. And no, Maron, not only do C9 get eliminated, but they also have a red carpet on their way home. Ladies and gentlemen, you got Dylan attached with a .71, Kremp with a .73, Mac with a .91, Sib with a .98. Everybody going negative on the side of Cloud9. On the other side, everybody positive. You got a 1.2 from Abizi, a 1.24 from Celium, a 1.0 from Draza, and a 1.34 from Simp. Simp having a crazy series in this one. We'll scroll down, take a look here at the match MVP. It is going to be Simp with a 1.0 in Hardpoint, a 1.33 in Search, and a 2.22 in Control. Ben, we'll start with you on this one. I mean, Atlanta FaZe, they come out and they pretty much just go belt the ass to the Cloud9. I mean, what are your initial thoughts, and what did you think of the series, Ben?
I mean, look at the map set. It's a very similar run back from the last time they played. And I think for FaZe that we saw today, their Hosty hard points were on point. I think the red card was a battle. But C9, again, some of the situational play that we've criticized them for in S&D, reared their ugly head, and then the control, yeah. So I just think for C9, should have made a change weeks ago. At this point, it's do or die, and I think you're going to see probably 2 new players on the squad.
Yeah, so you're thinking a roster change is coming here soon for the
I'm thinking multiple roster changes. I'm talking blowing half the shit up, Tom.
Okay, we'll move on to you next, Sam. Sam, do you agree with Benjay? Maybe seeing some roster changes here. What'd you think of the series, Sam?
This is the last time we hopefully will see this C9 team. We've been calling for changes for these guys for a while now. Unfortunately, I think this is also the end of their champs run due to their schedule and just the way they're too far back at this point. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this was kind of a formality series, like Pat said in the intro. We just had to get through it, but yeah, I'm feeling for C9, man. Some good guys over there, but the season just has not shaken out their way.
Yeah, where are they in the standings right now? Is it completely chalked? It's over for them?
It's chalked. They have like 95, 105 points or something. They're like 40 back.
I'll tell you
it's
right
not
now,
great.
they
Oh my God, they drafted Edge.
Edge. I'm trying to look. There's
Is
the
he
max
good?
points that are available to them is. I think theoretically C9 is still able to make champs, but they would have to basically win every match.
Which is just very unlikely, obviously.
Yeah.
Right? What about you, Duarte? What are your thoughts on the series?
Well, C9 got fucking belt to ass. Yeah, this is hopefully the last time that we see this team. Don't want to see Mac or Attach on this team again. I think Sib and Kremp need some help. I know Kremp didn't have particularly a good series, but I mean, he's also been pretty good for this team. And then Dante's kind of been their shining light. On the side of FaZe, I mean, they come in, they take care of business. But I will say, I'm not making excuses for them, so don't take it this way. I'm just pointing it out. C9's schedule this year, in terms of who they've played and who they've landed at LAN tournaments, it's kind of fucking crazy. I can't help but feel bad for them a little bit.
Do you have it off the top of your head on like their matches? Have they got
I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it now. Their last couple. I got it. I got it. Okay. I got it. Atlanta FaZe, Surge, Boston, Rokkr, Thieves, Optic, Thieves, Ultra, FaZe. No, sorry. I think Thieves, FaZe, Ultra. Oh, no. It says current season.
Yeah, Boston and Minnesota were the only two teams they put on LAN the first split. And then
I'm looking at it says on the Breaking Point website, it says current season 425, 419, 418, 413. It shows literally all their maps in all their matches.
You're reading the minor tournaments too. That's what.
Okay, so you got it then, because I don't know this Breaking Point website's weird.
It's Boston and Minnesota in the first stage. They obviously lost to Minnesota, and then Toronto faced Thieves at second major, which was obviously a tricky draw for them. And then they lost to FaZe in first round. But here's my thing, Chris. To that take, look, I know they got a really tough draw. They got a tough draw at this stage, but like, is a team that should have been top 6 potential and making upsets here. And the fact they're not able to make inroads against these teams.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
And they've dropped points against the bottom part of the league. That's the spot that you're in here. Like, I think this was clear weeks ago, and these guys just friendship cheese their way on a trip to Cabo, Mexico. So I hope they enjoy the all-exclusive resort, because I feel they will not be a champ.
Fuck, Benjay? All right, Pat, what about you, Pat? These guys off to Cancun. I mean, Pat, what's your head at with these guys? What would you do with the roster? I mean, what are your thoughts, Pat? What you think of the series?
Yeah, I mean, they got smoked in the series. There's nothing really to talk about it for that. But what I don't understand, Ben, that we've been calling for changes for months, not weeks. Yeah, like, it's been a long time. I mean, I'm glad this team is friends, because they'll be able to hang out earlier in the year. But since they won't be at champs, but the friendship cheese strikes for this team. They should have made changes a long time ago, and I think the fact that they were so close as friends, coaches included, has really set this team back this year. I don't really care about their draws. Like, the reason they have shit draws is because they had shit online stages too. Like that it goes hand in hand. So for me, that's irrelevant. This team has just been bad. They haven't been good. And they should have blown it up a long time ago, bro. Like, this team could have multiple players that got picked up throughout this year if they just pulled the trigger on dropping the players that were absolutely sucking at multiple points. So I don't feel bad. They should have made changes, and they're here now because of that.
Yeah,
made your bed, now you sleep in it, bro.
Yeah.
I think at this point, right, like, if you're C9, you can't make champs, but you still got EWC, and we all know that's a big event, right? What's the prize pool at EWC? I forgot. It's a pretty hefty prize pool.
It's $1 million overall, and then you get $50K, I think, for MVP. But like,
saying they're playing for $1 million. Can you guys believe they're playing for $1 million now? Single elimination tournament. Where the fuck was this shit, man? When we were playing, man, this is
playing
crazy.
for Bitcoin at locals back in the day, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That shit would be worth a lot if you're playing for Bitcoin back then.
I know.
What were you gonna say, Ben? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, C9's not mathematically eliminated, but they basically got to win out and hope a bunch of shit.
It's not happening. They're
done. They're done.
So,
they're done.
I just think at this point, if you're C9, and we've highlighted this, and we'll get to Optic. Like, clearly, Optic's in a rough spot. There's a bunch of teams that are rebuilding. It's going to be very competitive for them to try and keep some of the players on the current roster. I'm really curious what Cloud9 do long term with this team.
They're actually, I mean, I know we just went over the matches, but like I'm looking at it from tournament to tournament. Like they had a good major, like they bounced back major two in the qualifiers. They beat pretty much every like mid-pack team that they played, and they lost to pretty much Surge, FaZe, and then Ravens when they were kind of like on form a little bit. They go into the minor, they beat Rokkr, whatever. They lose to Thieves. Major two, they beat Ultra. They lost to FaZe and Thieves immediately to get backed out of the tournament. And then after that, it's just the same shit song and dance where they're losing to Thieves, Surge, Texas. They still beat Rokkr. I'm not saying this team is good, but I'm saying the schedule that they've kind of like drawn and like the way their season panned out is still kind of unfortunate.
Their team was fucking ass.
Yeah. I mean, if they're playing the top team, they should definitely identify that. They can't compete with them and make changes.
Get better players.
Damn, that's just
they have
crazy.
They have the same amount of points earned in a major, the same as Minnesota and Optic. They've just
lost
a couple more online matches than them. Like this is how it is.
Just looking at it objectively, it's kind of
they should
absurd.
be top 6, but they're fucking bottom 3. Like it's really tragic with this team, and hopefully they can make some changes and get competitive at least in major.
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about it, right? You got to beat the best to be the best, right? So it's like, even though you're playing the top teams, I mean, it's not like these top teams are unbeatable, right? There's still upset potential there. Like they still got to be able to compete. I think the biggest thing is they're just not competing, right? Like, it's like they have really been struggling, and I think at this point, it's kind of like they're definitely gonna have to sit back and decide about what they want to do with their team. Right? I mean, even when you look at some of the people that are getting picked up, you look at Merc, right? He would have been a great option, but too late there, right? You can't get him. And then, well, I would say Dylan, right? We could talk about the whole Vivid situation, Dylan, right? But you get my point. Like, people already made changes, right? So it's like, if you're C9, what do you do? Who do you get? You're probably gonna have to take a risk and dip into challengers, or do you go with an old face again? Like, what do you do here if you're Cloud9? I think the biggest question that we're saying is you gotta at least do something, right? Like something needs to be done. So we'll see what happens with Cloud9. And then on the other side, I think FaZe look great, right? Not much to say. Well, we obviously see FaZe more today, so we'll talk about FaZe. But do you guys have anything else on this series? Or are you guys ready to move on? This is a pretty straightforward series here.
C9's champs is EWC, bro.
Yeah,
they're cooked.
Yeah, same with Vegas, right? Some of these other teams, I think, their year's not over yet, but, it's not looking likely they're going to champs. But luckily for them, they got a whole another $1 million tournament to play for, so... I'm sure the boys will still be locked in. But let's move on. Let's go to the second series of the day. We got the Vegas Falcons going up against Optic, Texas. This one ended in a 3-0 victory for Optic. I think everybody except for Sam went with Vegas Falcons in this one. And, after Optic losing to Vegas the first time, they came out and they went belt to ass to Vegas this time around. They switched it up. They bounced back, and they had a great win here against Vegas, and it wasn't even close, to be honest with you. 250 to 172 in the Vault Hardpoint, 6-2 in the Rewind S&D, and 3-0 in the Protocol Control. What a series from Optic. We'll scroll down here, take a look here at the stat sheet. Everybody negative for the Vegas Falcons except for XNID with a 1.02. They have a 0.86 from RCDs, a 0.81 from Pred, and a 0.63 from Priesta. I think Preston, Sam, you were talking about during the watch party, hasn't won a series on LAN since winning champs. He is 0 for 14 on LAN since winning champs. And on the other side, what a series from the Optic boys. You get a 1.31 out of Dashi, a 1.21 out of Hook, a 1.31 out of Shotzi, and a 0.98 from Caesar Skies Bueno. So Optic obviously looking good there. We'll take a look here at the match MVP. It's going to be Dashi with a 1.07, a 0.83 in search, and a 2.0 in control. Good plays coming in from Big Brucey in this one. Pat, we'll start with you. Optic, they come out, they take care of Vegas Falcons, and that was all she wrote for the Vegas Falcons. I think a lot of people had Vegas making a run. I think even you, Pat, thought that Vegas was going to make a run and beat Optic today. So what did you think about the series, Pat? Did it surprise you that they got 3-0 like that after how the last series went?
I mean, no, it absolutely did not surprise me. Okay. Look, I know we're pulling for this Vegas squad, but we need to be realistic. This team has also sucked since they made this change. They've been better than the previous Vegas team, but they also haven't been good. I know Clay tweeted he's gonna show us with this change, but I'm still waiting. I haven't seen nothing. You picked up a guy who hasn't won a LAN match in 3 years, which is fucking insane, by the way.
Two years, but it's okay.
Same shit. That is fucking insane. Who has underperformed this whole time. So yeah, I don't know. Again, same story as Cloud9. Like these guys have been out for champs, and their series are mostly formalities now. They're playing for EWC, and they obviously gotta make a change. Like I don't know what Clay thought he was doing and tweeting when he picked up Preston, but like we doubted this change from the get go, and like seeing it just happen time after time is getting old for me. Again, it's another belt to ass series. They just are outclassed. I don't really know what else to say other than like this. Again, this team's got one win on the whole year.
Yeah, Vegas have been really struggling. What about you, Duarte? What'd you think of the series?
I mean, I'm gonna start by saying I picked Falcons to win because I was just on hate watch. I was hate watching Optic, just because the way they played the day before, I just couldn't pick them to win, and I probably still won't pick them to win because unless they make a roster change, then I'll think about it. Because right now, just the way they play COD pisses me off. We'll talk about it more in the FaZe series where we actually analyze some plays that you got, Tom. But good lord, that shit was, anyways, abysmal. But on the Falcons side, I mean, I got no expectations to be honest. Like when it comes down to this team, I mean, this team is literally playing to see what they can put together for EWC. Granted, they didn't make the best decision here with their current roster with Priesta and Arcides. I think they're going to probably go back and make another change if they want to be competitive at the final event. And I feel like the final event for them is going to be big. EWC, obviously, it's fucking in Saudi, and that's going to be big for like XNIT. So I'm sure they want to put together a competitive team and like go out there and show out for the the Falcons fans. So we'll see what happens there. I don't think Preston's going to be on this team any longer. The Falcons just came out flat, and obviously with Priesta just putting up a stinker, like I don't really expect anything else from anyone else on the roster there. Like there's just when somebody's going -30, basically, like I don't really care. Like everyone else is probably just going to get shit on because one player on the team can't get a fucking trade. Yeah. XNID needs some help though. He was doing his best. His evolution as a player and how he's going to continue to evolve, I'm still excited for. I think he's a good player. So, yeah, unfortunate. But yeah, Optic played some good COD. Granted, it was against the Falcons. I did like their listenings. I liked how they played as a team. Their ARs showed up, even though Skies went negative. Dashy played really good, and Skies kind of didn't shit the bed. So they needed that going forward. And unfortunately, I don't think we got that in the final series they played.
His interactions were a little low, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, they still got the win, right? They won 3-0, so it really wasn't a big deal. But I mean, we'll obviously talk about the roster later when they play some better teams here. But what did you think, Sam? What did you think of the series?
I thought Optic played just a clean series through and through. Obviously, they beat them online, so it was a little bit of a grudge match going into it, obviously with AG as well. But yeah, I mean, it was a clean 3-0 for Optic. I was pleasantly surprised how they played. I was the only one to predict them, and yes, I did get a perfect prediction on the day. Thank you guys for asking. Wow, so tough. Yeah, I mean, Ben's take kind of aged pretty well. This Falcons team really wasn't super exciting. I was high on them because they were just fun to root for. I like the energy and the listen-ins. I like the story. But I think unfortunately their flame has fizzled out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was just a relatively routine series for Optic, which honestly, with a tough FaZe draw later in the day, I thought this was the best case scenario for them, having a great series early in the day. And then obviously we'll get to the FaZe series. I think it actually ended up helping them. But yeah, I mean, Falcons are still not great. And I mean, this roster won't survive past the season. So kind of just waiting for that to happen.
Hey, what about you, Benjay? Well, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I think I said all my thoughts on the situation with Vegas a couple of days ago. I thought it was I agree, clean series from Optic. We'll kind of get to the Optic series and the FaZe series was not so clean. I think for Falcons, look like they're hot and hard point, especially on Skyline. But you see on Control and S&D, there's no team cohesion. There's no single-mindedness of what they want to do on the map. I know this is a newer squad. It's kind of a put-together squad, but I think as they progress for DWC, they got to find some cohesion, identity in the other two game modes other than hardpoint.
Yeah, it's kind of one of the example in the Vault Hardpoint, right? Big P2 rotation for the Vegas Falcons. They have an opportunity here to take the lead. And look how Optic just waltz through front and break this one, right? Just a little bit of a disconnect from Vegas. Just seemed too easy there. I think XN might have blacked out a little bit right there as well. But it was the P3s, Ben, that you were talking a lot about in this map. What was it about the P3s, Ben, that was pissing you off?
Well, Vegas got rose to the first one and flipped themselves out. And I think lost some gum tights on the second one. I mean, it's just Optic playing through their front or getting the flip and like managing the P4 as well. And that's why this map kind of ended the way it did.
I think it's what a lot of people are doing now in these P3s, right? They're playing through the front now. I feel like people, if they don't have rotation, instead of just trying to go around so early, like people just rather just get mid control and play through front, just try and get as much time as possible, right? And then worst comes to worst, I think how people are flipping now is they just get kills and they just push directly through street, right? And they block art and they kind of push through it, like they play through it. I mean, Sam, Chris, Pat, isn't that not how like pro teams like to play these rotations now? At least that's what I feel like. What just by watching and even hearing during the listenings, it seems like that's how teams are trying to set it up.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's the easiest way to get gunfights. Like if you end up pushing through left, it kind of depends on timings and like actually working your way to art, and then it's just much more of a process. And if you go through front, you just play through team, and again, it's the easiest way to actually draw gunfights for the potential flip.
It's also not hard. Like once you get B control, you start to flip the enemy team. So like that's such a small gap to hit. If you go mid, like all it takes is one guy just hitting a route through vault when kills go down. So yeah, going around is kind of pointless. You kind of just want to play through mid, play kills, and hope that they run into you, get like a nice wipe or like get a couple dead, and then start to progressively flip them. So yeah, they played it correctly.
Yeah, obviously Vegas Falcons getting 3-0 in this one. We see Optic again going up against Atlanta FaZe here further in the day. But you guys got any other opinions with the Vegas Falcons and Optic? Obviously, we'll talk about Optic with FaZe. But what about Vegas? Any other final thoughts of Vegas or their team? I mean, I don't expect any changes from them. They just blew it up. So do you see them blowing it up again?
I think they may make changes. Let's see how
I think Preston has to go, bro. ASAP. They should be making changes on the phone now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think either Alec or Preston's been good enough to keep their spot, to be honest. So I just don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, it's just a matter of can they find 2 good AR replacements? But they absolutely have to find one.
I mean, they can. Right? I mean, they could just go to challengers, take a risk, right? If they really wanted to. It's not like it hurts them to take risk. I mean, Pat, at this point of the year for Vegas, right? They can't make champs. The only thing they're fighting for is ZWC. There really is no risk there for Vegas, right? Like if they're trying to pick up players from challengers and stuff, like what's the risk? Right? You can't be any worse than you are now. So it's like you might as well just try and like throw some darts at the fucking board and see if you can make something happen here and maybe pick up somebody, maybe find a young gun or find somebody in challengers. Like there really is no risk here for Vegas. So, and knowing the guys at Vegas, I know they really want to win. If anything, I think they're going to build their team around Xnit and Pred, right? Like I think those two are probably going to stay. And then they're just going to try and figure something out with the ARs. So we'll see what happens. Maybe Merc. Maybe they throw Merc a bag. Who the fuck knows? We'll obviously talk about Merc. He's been playing really, really well with Toronto Ultra. But any other final thoughts, guys? Any other final thoughts before we move on to the next
is
series?
It possible if they pick up kicks again? Like now that...
Pat, the ship is sailed.
Wait, just EWC though, like after the last major, there's nothing.
Let him play EWC.
Okay, so you pick up kicks. Is he going to come back to the US and you're going to scrim with him?
Nah, just one-time tournament at home.
One tournament. I mean, yeah, I don't know what's going on with Kicks. It's weird because he had to go home and
he's gaming over there.
He's gaming over there. Yeah, he's playing. Like he's playing over there. He's grinding. So I don't know what it was. Maybe he just wasn't able to be in the States, and he had to be home. I really don't know. Right? We didn't really get a lot of information on that. So. It just is a little weird, right? I mean, they bring Kicks over to the U.S. and he looks really good. He's showing some promising maps, and now we just I feel like it's kind of chalked for him right now. But who knows? I don't know. Maybe we'll see Kicks again. I hope we see Kicks again. But as of right now, it's just looking very unlikely. But any other final thoughts, guys, before we move on? All right, let's move on to the next series of the day. We got the Los Angeles Guerrillas Gentlemates going up against Toronto Ultra. And Toronto Ultra, with a substitute, take these guys out back. And Jesus, I think Chelly said right before the first map, guys, I think LAG is going to be really good on land. And then they proceeded to get 61 points on the map number 1. So the first map, Vault Hardpoint, 250 to 61. Map number 2, Protocol S&D, 6-4. And Vault Control, a 3-1 finish for Toronto Ultra. We'll scroll down, take a look at the stat sheet, and yet again, another red carpet. I mean, these teams are just getting slapped. People are getting slapped up today. We don't know what was going on, what was in the air. You got Tyler Fellow with a .84, Kismet with a .63, Lunars with a .9, Johnny with a .7. Everybody getting pooped on over there. On the other side, we got a 1.5 from Kleenex, a .82 from Jamie, a 1.6 from Jodeci, and a 1.4 for the newcomer getting thrown into the roster, Mercules. Merc putting on a show. We'll scroll down and take a look here at the match MVP. It is going to be Joe Deceives with a 1.93 in hardpoint, a 1.5 in S&D, and a 1.3 in control. Joe Deceives is letting it sing this weekend. And they looked really excited, too, after getting a win on the board with a substitute. Toronto Ultra definitely showing out. Chris, we'll start with you on this one. Right, Toronto Ultra, they come out, they 3-0 LAG. Merc continues to shine. You've gassed up this guy Merc a lot, Chris, and he's making you look good, Chris. He's making you look real good because you were gassing the fuck out of this guy. And look,
there's very few people I gas like that. Listen, I give my props to the challenger players when they're doing well or whatever. I'm like, yeah, let's give them a shot. But like, there's a couple people that I've like basically heavily vouched for and been like, this is the guy.
Right.
This is one of those guys. This guy, he watches POV. He doesn't even do anything flashy. Like, he legitimately plays just good COD. Like, he's always in like a right spot, picking up a pinch, doing the right shit. He's not running around and causing chaos. He does
have
like
a smooth POV though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just easy. Like, you know what I mean? And I said it again. This guy's good at every game mode. You watch him play hardpoint. Yeah, to some it might seem like he's just defaulting to hill, but who cares? He's getting kills when he needs to. He gets in the fucking objective. He's very unselfish. You watch him play S&D. Even Joe talked about it. I think he talked about it in either an interview or I think it was the flank, like an interview with Gersh. He's just making fucking plays all the time. And then in control, like he's just always playing around the point. Like he's just very good. And I'm going to continue to gas him. Hopefully, I want to see him play tougher competition because when he plays that tougher competition, like the Miami team that he played, or even if they like match up against FaZe or somebody else down in the losers bracket, I want to see how he does there. But he's handling himself well. And then, dude, we can't even forget about fucking Joe and Kleenex. Like they showed up today. They need these two to show up. They're the staple to this roster and why this team has been so dangerous at home. And yeah, now they got a good piece in Mercury. So listen, if I'm Beans or Insight, I'm kind of, a little wary. This guy might be coming for spots, but even if he doesn't land on this team or they don't decide to keep him, like this kid has a bright future ahead of him. So I'm excited to see how it goes.
I feel like I don't want to be a hater, but I mean, Jamie, again, his interactions are just so low. His damage is so low. He's obviously, his whole team has a 1.4 or more. He's got a 0.82. It's just, bro, am I the only one who's like, maybe Jamie should be a little bit worried here about his spot?
If they don't, I think the easy thing for Toronto is like, if they don't make champs grand finals or the nice top three, they're running EWC. I really think there's a pack-a-punch opportunity there with Jamie. Like, I know he's clutch and search, but
why would you wait?
Listen,
the one thing I
just want to say something because DNA in the chat said, brother, they won 3-0.
They should drop Jamie, keep Ben, and have Merc?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. They're not the number one team or the number two team in the game. Absolutely, you do that, bro.
Bro,
one thing that I will say,
I do want to say this real quick. Okay, because I see some people in the chat. DNA 11 is one of them in the chat. They're like, oh, they won 3-0, right? But I'm thinking about Toronto Ultra when they play top teams, right? When they play Atlanta FaZe, when they play LA Thieves, when they play Vancouver Surge. Like, you're going to want this team to be elevated to the point where, like, they're a championship caliber roster. And obviously, Insight's a winner. He's done it before. But just recently, bro, I don't know. I just feel like he's not really keeping up, like, with the rest of his team. Like, I just want to see him get more active. Like, listen, I don't want to be on his ass. I just feel like, hey, Pat, what do you always talk about? Pack a punch. Right? Like, it just feels like sometimes, like, they might have an opportunity here. Listen, guys, the IGL. Okay, can I ask you guys a question on the panel? Do you think an IGL is really that much of a factor? Shouldn't everybody be calming and be calling plays? I feel like IGL is not really, like, a big thing anymore. Like, I feel like everybody's
same way roles aren't, bro.
Yeah, like people, I don't know. People are saying that he's the IGL. Do you guys honestly think Toronto Ultra is gonna be lost if they don't have Insight? What, these guys are just gonna forget how to play COD? Like, they literally won't know what's going on without Jamie on the map?
No, I don't think so. The one thing I will say is, like, unless we just like hyper analyze his gameplay, yeah, there are times where he might be a little bit stiff, but we severely kind of underrate when we're watching. Like, if hypothetically, if Insight's the one doing this most of the time, if he's just blocking spawns or keeping the enemy in front of Joe and Beans and Merc and Kleenex, like, he is contributing to this team. So yeah, granted, for us, it is like very apparent that they should make a change because it's easy to do that job. But if he's just selflessly doing it, and it's just kind of ingrained in his gameplay, it could be helping them succeed because they have beat good competition with Jamie, even if he's maybe not playing or putting up insane stats.
Yeah, he's not a bad player.
Listen, I'd like to see it, and I think that they could easily transition somebody else into doing that role and maybe adjust. But it just gives them a higher potential to fry these top teams and compete with them on a consistent basis. So, I don't know.
Yeah, if you want to guarantee placing like 4th at champs, keep your roster. But if you want to be a little risky and maybe have an opportunity to be in a final, like make a change.
These are your world champs. You better hope Inside's godlike.
I want Merc on the team, bro. I want to swap right now.
Is that where they lose champs? You're like,
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. I could see this being a scenario where, like, if this kid actually comes out and does good, maybe they treat him like Scrappy and they keep him there for at least up until champs is over, and then if their champs doesn't go their way, they swap him out for EWC and then build forward.
This isn't happening, guys. This guy is getting on another team as soon as this tournament's over. If they don't put him on the roster,
here's the thing though. If Toronto comes through and says like we want to keep you, blah blah blah, like just in case as a sub, and he gets offers from lower tier teams, would it be more beneficial for him to stay on Toronto and see how they do?
He's not going to get offers from lower tier teams. He's going to get teams that are trying to pack a punch for champs.
Yeah, potentially, but I mean, I'm just saying hypothetically, if let's say he gets offers from like fucking C9 and LAG and whatever. Should he go there, or if Toronto give him an option to stay and then see what happens later? What do you think would be better?
You take the other offer. It's essentially a loan. You're on that fucking team for 2 events, and he goes Optic or whatever.
Yeah, I guess that's fair enough if the contract is favorable to him. But I don't know. He's going to be in a weird position after this because he's.
So there are multiple teams who have dog shit players that he will get an offer for, bro. He's got LAN experience. It's more than just challengers now. Like he's a proven element. Other teams see it. He is the number 1 pick for the teams that are trying to make a change right now. He is going to get an offer. If I am Toronto, I am seriously considering dropping what I perceive is our worst player in Insight, making a bit of a risk and elevating our opportunity to place high at champs. Absolutely, I'm doing it. I'm not even questioning it if I'm a GM in Toronto right now.
Ben, you've been pretty quiet over there. What do you think? But you agree with this or what? You agree with these takes? Do you think they should make a change, or you think they should stay the same?
I see Pat's logic. I just don't see him doing it, to be honest.
So realistically, you don't think Toronto's making a change? You think they just stay the same?
No.
Well, then Merc is just going to go somewhere else then. He's just going to go somewhere else and join another team.
And like, if Toronto want to pack a punch in the offseason, they're a desirable destination, and they can get likely whatever many AR they want.
All right, Merc goes to Optic, and then Optic beats Toronto at champs. Good job. Great choice, Ultra. Look, man, you have to make these hard calls when they happen, bro. We dropped Clayster after winning a tournament to pick up Damon because it was the hard call, but it was the right call. There's been multiple times where you have to make decisions like that. You just have to.
Mm-hmm. I mean, teams just aren't built like that anymore, Pat. People enjoy the comfort of their team. Like, look at Miami from Major 1. If they drop Super after getting 3rd, imagine where that team would be right now.
Yeah, bro, and you gotta be early, man.
People just
you
don't do that.
have to make the changes early.
That's just not the reality of the situation. People, I mean, it's a moot talking point. Toronto's not going to make a roster change.
Pac-Man said Mercules is not Damon. Cut the cap. What do you got to say to that, Pat?
I mean, no one expects him to be, but I mean, you still make the change. There's no telling. There's no telling what this guy's ceiling is. You have no fucking idea. But you know Insight's ceiling. We all know it. The 4th best player on this team.
Yeah, he's not a bad player. It's just, I just think the way he plays, right, especially in this game, like, I just think he needs more of a go button, bro. He needs to just hit that shot. I know they won the series. I get it, right? Atsuki, I see you in the chat. You're going great. They won the series. Bro, they beat LAG, right? LAG is not a good team to fucking start bragging about them winning the series.
Right now, are you taking Toronto over Surge, Thieves, or FaZe at COD Champs in any series?
No.
I'm not.
Champs, probably not. At this event,
also no.
No.
All right. So right now we're assuming that they're, they're most likely
Vancouver with a fill in bed
with some upset potential.
I mean, we can't. What are we about to say? We can't say that.
What are we about to say?
We can't say that completely.
I don't know.
We can't completely say that because going to this event, we had them like as a good team. Like they could easily beat any of these teams. Remember when we were ranking them?
Who was Toronto beating between Vancouver, FaZe, and Thieves with a fill in?
When they were with the fill in, they could win an upset or something. But
Pat said champs. So we're under the impression that they're going with their full roster.
We just heard this to Major 3.
Okay. Well, the fill-in, we don't know. Probably no one. None of them. But you never know. You never fucking
I
know.
think
You
with the
never
way
know.
that
You
Merck's,
never know
I
on
think
a
the way
bad- you can
Merck's
catch
playing
somebody on a
right
bad day.
now, I think the way that their map pool overlaps with FaZe, I think they would have a chance even
Bro,
with Merck as a fill-in.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. If
Vancouver, I don't know. Vancouver play ratty enough that might be tricky.
with the way
Thieves, fucking hell no.
Joe and Kleenex play, if those guys have like their standard series, like the way they're playing, like these and Merc and Insight just contribute, and especially if Merc's playing this way, like they can beat those teams. Yeah, it's going to be hard with the fill-in. It's not out of the realm of possibility though. It's probably a low chance with the fill-in though.
I mean, we do have a listen-in from Toronto Ultra. I actually thought Merck's comms are great, too. That's something we haven't really talked about much. He's got good comms in-game, and his teammates have also said that. Joe Deceives said that in the interview. If you guys haven't seen Joe Deceives and Merck actually did an interview. Matter of fact, let's watch it. Gerst did an interview with Joe Deceives and Merck outside of the venue. Let's tune in and see real quick what the boys had to say after the series.
It wasn't like 100% off. I was doped up when I got the call. It wasn't like 100% off rip, but I found out probably like 5 a.m. Thursday I was playing. So that feels good. A little nervous at first, but I think I got past it, and I'm just ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like with Merc, the similarities are, I mean, Ben can get kills, he can get kills. I mean, you obviously saw in that series, even the series prior. I think one difference that, Merc is, I think, a bit more of a playmaker, which in S&D, which, I mean, you saw. I mean, we actually made a joke. He was just like spawning into places like out of nowhere, for this being his first event, not even played an online league match yet. I mean, he looks like a vet out there. So he kind of has just like good pacing in general. I mean, he literally has league pacing. It's not like some other challenger players who came in who are struggling with their pacing. I mean, he pushes when we need to. He has good comms. He doesn't really panic much.
I don't know. I didn't really notice much of a difference. Teams just play like a lot more teamwork and like cohesion. So there's a lot less like scams to be found.
At the end there, just for the audio listeners, it says Merck's thoughts on playing challengers versus pros. He just thinks there's less scams in the pro league, right? There's just less people making mistakes, so it makes things a little bit more harder. But it even seems like Joe Deceives is very high on Merck, right? I mean, that's some good gas. I do want to tune into the listen in here with Toronto Ultra and see how the boys sound. That way you guys can hear it for yourselves. That they sound pretty good out there. Let's tune in.
Low single. Yo, lobby kids right now. Lobby, die! Yo, lobby get drop. Yo, top single, outer palm. I have the outer palm cross. Lobby, die! Fuck on! Top single, purple, top single. Absolute close shot. Yo, close shot, one shot. And then one catch up. He went for a truck in the two front time. Outer palm dead. One more time. Just hit me outer. Outer, absolute. I'm going there. This was absolute outer. There's two. Take a row here. Yeah, we are. Slow down. I'm gonna get him mid, okay? He's doing cast ups. Yeah, it's two cat. Two on. One more statue, Johnny. I killed one more cat. Cat and low gold. You got a bro. I guess what my call, maybe. I don't see him vote. Yeah, we're looking for Lunas. Just play kills. Play. I killed Con. I don't know. One's house, I think. House kills, okay? Yep, house fellow, absolute. Let him go. Go, Johnny. Red sec here. Nice. Shit stain. Could be enemy, boys. I have it. They're gonna start getting splits in maybe. That's good time. One shot, line. One my guy slipped. No, you went cat. He's going. Con quick, okay?
Well, you heard the thoughts from the Ultra.
All right, that's gonna do it for the listening there. What you guys think? Very calm listening with some shit talking there.
I like the passion out of Joe.
Yeah,
Guys
me too.
getting rowdy.
Like hearing Joe yell like that. Shout out to Joe Deceives. But yeah, the boys looking pretty good. Anybody got any thoughts on the listening?
We gotta cut the recency bias, bro. This is the plumber era. We are living in the plumber era as we speak.
We cut to the listening when it's 180 to 20.
Like,
this is the plumber era, bro.
Not Modern for 2019, not
bro.
Cold War when it was more lopsided.
This is the plumber era.
Bro, I remember when Ernie's,
this ain't so bad.
Ernie's always talking about how we played plumbers back in the day. I'm like, dude, like I was giving him just the teams that we had to play back in the day, bro. Like it's not like they were just shit teams back in the day, bro. I mean,
These guys are gonna be doing my taxes soon, bro. Nah, man, I'm playing accountants and plumbers around these parts.
Johnny Temp in the chat, Slaya, these motherfuckers have no aura.
Nah.
I mean, that's absolutely a different problem. But I mean, Tom, going back to what you said, like there was absolutely like the 10 worst teams back then were absolutely better than LAG, Falcons, like Cloud9, these fucking plumbers, bro.
And I'll be honest, I think a lot of that is because we have limited spots and half these teams don't know how to build a roster. I think that's
100%.
why, right? Like, I think there would be a lot more talent and there would be a lot less plumbers if there was just more teams involved, because you just have so much more of a player pool that you'll just see so much more happening. You'll see so much more talent. I genuinely think these teams are brain dead and don't know how to make rosters, like don't know how to make winning rosters. And I think a lot of these teams don't do any research or any scouting. Right?
And there's no below 18 players on the come up. It was that nonstop back then.
Yeah, I mean, bro, these teams literally make changes and they have no idea what they're doing.
Donnie was a product of that, like the under 18 come up. Like that doesn't exist now.
Nope.
It was Kyler.
I mean, bro, if you think about it,
Kyler
the players were the ones doing the scouting. Like, we would play people in 8s, and like we were playing the players that eventually we would be teaming with.
Or 2Ks,
and now
5Ks.
Yeah, like you had firsthand experience against the players that you're playing nowadays. Or back then, like the people that were coming up, you would just play them in 8 circles, play them in 2Ks, play them in S&D chows, like whatever. Nowadays, it's just like fucking you. There's no connection there whatsoever. It's just like, you just hope that the kid is good.
There's also just nothing like, dude, the COD as like online COD is like dead, especially on the PC front. Like, yeah, the challengers and the pros, right? They play their scrims, but like outside of that, like there's nothing. Like, what do people play? Fucking switches, like Switch tournaments and S&D, and that's it.
I was thinking about this. The death of game battles is actually fucking insane when you really think about it. Because like, think about how much organic stuff that like drove players to just online competitive COD. Like, that was such a big driver. It's not even funny. I guarantee you almost every pro pre like 2015 only found out about competitive COD because of game battles.
Do you think maybe some of the reduced player pool is that the ubiquity of game choices and the ubiquity of competitive titles that you can play from?
I mean, we've talked about this. It's the fact that there's too high of a barrier to entry for COD right now, and there's too many other options that you can be 14, 15, 16 and go into as a young kid right now. That's just a better choice.
Yeah, that's facts. I mean, listen, is this the right time to bring up the venue and talk about the venue?
Dude, hold on. That, bro, I'm sure it was a Thursday or something, but the clip I saw was fucking
It was just as bad today.
It's
bro.
still bad.
They had to stop doing crowd pans.
Bro,
today,
Do not pan to the crowd.
They can't do crowd pans
They
anymore.
gotta stop, bro. They gotta
Bro,
stop.
and the best part was Nameless's tweet. I swear Nameless had a tweet that was like, the crowd sounds fucking insane.
No, he did tweet that. The crowd's going crazy today.
Bro,
there's 50 people in a high school gym. What are we saying?
They look like they're at like a test, bro. They're about to have a proctor fucking look over while they take a test.
Bro?
Listen, I think there are a lot of
Holy shit, that's funny.
There are a lot of teams in the league, Boston, Optic, Toronto, that have won real quality events in quality venues. I think the league, we see it once a year with these pivots, and then this year with this Misfits common Miami event. Like, the league has got to do a better job auditing and reviewing team proposals when they bid for these team events and making sure they're actually able to run them in an effective way. I'm trying not to shit on. Let me finish my thought. I'm not trying not to shit on Misfits or Miami Heretics for trying to run an event. I tip that. The way this event is organized, the way it looks on broadcast, the fact that Challengers is 8 minutes away, the fact that in Challengers people are milling outside, there's not enough room in the venue. The way that it just all the
There needs to be a standard set, bro. It's 2025. There has to be a standard.
Challengers players have to go outside and sit.
Yeah, bro. It's like, it just
Bro,
wasn't
that
thought through.
is
Also, this is something that we need to talk about too, because this is like the same thing for Champs. And listen, Champs is a ways away, but like, bro, if you gotta host it in the city. Like, you gotta host, if you're gonna host the Miami event, host it in fucking Miami.
If
you're gonna host the Toronto event, yeah, but that still is deep. If you fly to Miami, you still have to make a fucking commute to get a pretty long commute, like over an hour, to get to Boca Raton.
I'll say with respect to this specific point, like, it's a marketing problem. They call it the Miami fucking event, not the Boca event.
But also, people go to the
Kitchener and Madrid, by the way.
Yeah.
But the Madrid venue was also a problem because of where it was proximity to the downtown.
But I also want to say, people that go to these events, yeah, they go for COD, but they also go for the city. Like, I think we've had this conversation before. I think Pat's brought it up.
We talked about
they go for the city too.
It used to be a vacation.
It's like a vacation where you get to watch something, where you get to go and watch something that you thoroughly enjoy, be there, when you want to be there, but also enjoy the fucking city. So why the fuck are they hosting these events in like so far away?
Because the league is desperate for teams to run events because it takes dime off of their plate, and it seems like approve anyone that has a proposal, and we've seen over the years with the Two Belong events, the studio event last year in Burbank, a lot of these are pivots when people aren't able to host events. Then this one, again, I don't want to shit on Misfits and Heretics for this event, but it's just none of the quality that we expect on the CDL level, unfortunately. I'm just sorry to say it.
Would you guys rather have this event like this or an actual an event with no fans? Like genuinely,
studio event will look way better than this.
That studio event would be better.
At least you get all this shit talk. You could have played it a lot better.
I thought we were going to be. I thought we were going to be on different pages here, but I'm glad we're not
at this tournament. What's the difference?
I mean, that's kind of why I wanted to. That's kind of what I wanted to get at. When you have an event like this with where the event or the venue sucks and people don't turn up, that shit's just embarrassing. Like I'd rather have an event with no
those
fans.
Crowd pans killed me, man. It killed me.
Like think about people that are just like looking from afar, like looking at just like COD as an esport and just seeing like clips of the venue and shit. They're probably like, dude, what the fuck? Like what happened? You know, like it just feels like COD is taking step backs at times.
That, and it doesn't also inspire you to go to the next one, bro. Like I think one of the biggest things COD always had was the events looked fun as fuck, and so you got FOMO. There is zero fucking FOMO looking at this.
Bro, the standard of events that these orgs throw is not even close. We went from Allen, where Optic put on a great product and a fucking awesome center stage facing each other. Production was crazy. The crowd pans were awesome, to this fucking gym. Like, it's 2025, brother. There's millions of dollars invested. Why are we? Where's the standard?
I had FOMO. I had FOMO not going to the first event, and obviously, and then also Madrid. But I didn't have FOMO going to this one, at all.
Here's what I think. I think what really solves this problem. Activision has an infinitely massive marketing budget every year for the release of COD. If you can find a way to get 1M or 2Ms out of that budget, and that will give opportunities for some of these bigger market teams like Atlanta FaZe or Thieves are not doing it privately because of the cost. If you increase that subsidy that they get, they'll be more likely to run an event, and that will give them more room to be able to lock it out farther out and actually be able to monetize it and either break even or make money and not just sink cash from a thing that they're just going to lose cash on. So I think that will kind of help.
Do you think that'll ever happen, Ben? Do you think that'll ever happen?
No, fuck no, it's not. I think,
That's what I'm saying. It's a great idea, but
cut every year.
It's just not happening.
So, I don't think it's going to happen, but it'd be great if it did. It'd be great if it did.
And then on top of that, you got Gio getting his controller stolen. Tyler Fellow got his speaker stolen. So
how?
From the PPAs, by the way, not even like out in the crowd or in the hotel, in the PPAs.
There's literally
where the
people
are.
robbing people. There's people getting robbed. They're getting robbed out there.
No, that was Bance though. He was just trying to make a couple quick bucks.
It's my boy Ben, man.
He's selling autographed Geo used controller.
Bro, that's crazy, bro. If I walked back to the PPA and my controller was gone, I'm tweaking, bro. I'm tweaking the fuck out. I'm like, dude, what is going on here? But yes, we had Toronto Ultra, Smoke LAG. You guys have any final thoughts? You guys ready to move on here?
LAG dog shit. I don't know what they do from here, but this is an awful stage for them. They were not competitive in mostly all these series.
All right, Ben. Thank you for that input.
Hey, but I will say I'm glad they took the risk in the roster change. Just this one wasn't it. Go again, because the reality is, if they stuck, we would have saw the exact same stage just from the same fucking team.
Yep.
So, them going for a completely new rebuild is tough. Yeah, I don't think they made the right decisions, but in the moment, we were all glad they made a change. It's the way it panned out. When you stick 3 ragtag challenger players on a team with 1 veteran, you're essentially you're just praying it works. There's no guarantee there. So I don't really fault the work here.
I thought Kismet was pretty bad on this iteration of this team.
He's only had 1 good series since the roster change. I think it was our last online series, if I remember correctly.
But he was we were talking about it. He was by far and away the only person who should have stayed on this team. But then he was pretty lackluster. And I think Johnny started pretty hot, but then also was cold. And then I didn't see anything from Fellow.
Johnny was awful today too.
He just got shit on.
Johnny was tough. Johnny might have just completely chalked up my whole fantasy. No bullshit. I think I might, because it's average, right? So if he gets shit on, it just takes his average for the rest of the weekend.
Well, some of the categories are average, some of them are not.
Okay. Well, it's looking rough for me right now because Johnny got shit
It's looking good for me. You were my comp.
No,
you were
actually
at the top.
Fell down, Chris.
I fell again.
Yeah, Chelly.
It had to be insight, bro.
Chelly's actually in the #1 spot right now. It's Jelly.
No way. Chelly win this shit?
Yeah, and his team's looking pretty good. Well, obviously, we'll take a look at fantasy at the end.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it after.
Yeah. But all right, let's move on to the next series of the day. We get the Minnesota Rokkr going up against the Carolina Royal Ravens. Rokkr come out and win this this one 3-1 against Carolina. We start things off on a protocol hardpoint where Minnesota are able to win that one 250 to 201. Then the dealership S&D was a 6-1 finish for Minnesota. Carolina did bounce back into control, win that one 3-1, but then they get body slammed in the red card hardpoint 250 to 162. I think TJ was on 4-23 watch for a second in that one. We'll get to that. Let's go down here, take a look here at the stat sheet, and oh Maron, we got another red carpet. This might be a record, ladies and gentlemen, of red carpets in one day. We got Gwen with a .86, Slasher with a .97, TJ with a .85, and Dylan Rex with a .75. On the other side, you got a 1.4 from Nero, a 1.15 from Kenny, a 1.15 from Gio, and a 1.01 from Estrio. Everybody playing well on the side of Minnesota Rokkr. Take a look here at that match MVP. It's going to be Z Carbone, Nero with a 1.94 in hardpoint, a 1.20 in S&D, and a .61 in control. Nero letting it sing here today. Pal, we'll start with you on this one. Minnesota Rokkr, they come out. They got Kenny, right, going into this LAN, and they've been looking pretty good. They have to make the run here if they want to get into the top 8, and they start things off with a 3-1 victory over Carolina. What are your thoughts?
Hold on, scroll back down.
Yep.
Who the fuck is making the Rokkr jerseys, bro? They are setting up their players.
You think so?
Bro, whoever is like the brand
the UK
that makes
sizes,
these,
bro.
Yeah, bro, their sizes are off, bro. All X was in hell, and now Nero's in hell. Like they gotta revisit their supplier for these. Get a different material or something.
Yeah, bro. There's something going on there.
They can't breathe.
Now their sizes are all fucked up. You know what I mean? Yeah, those jerseys are squeezing them. But what about? Go ahead, Pat. What'd you think of the series?
Yeah, I mean this was clinical. I was surprised that Ravens won the control, but yeah, I mean this Ravens team is just, I don't even know what to say, bro. They are they're pitiful now. I don't even know who to direct blame at. I don't think there is like an individual. This team is just not it. I still think that there's changes on the board for EWC for sure. I don't know if they'll make them for champs, but who knows? But this team is just not good.
What about you, Duarte? What'd you think? I mean, I've been talking about Carolina. I just haven't really been that high in Carolina for the last like 2 months, to be honest with you. I mean, what do you think,
I haven't been either. I mean, I like that they tried to get Rex, although Rex is just not playing too good individually. This team's kind of been in shambles, and I feel like they kind of set in with an expectation that he's going to come out and fry, and he just hasn't been able to do that. So, I mean, I'm interested to see where their head's at with him and how they're going to proceed with their team. If they're just going to give him another opportunity to go into a stage with more practice and all that stuff, and see if they can get better. But I don't really know where they would go, like outside of the new guy who they just replaced. Where would they go if they're trying to upgrade with like Slasher, Gwyn, or Teach? Like if they're going to make another change or just maybe go back on Rex. I don't know. That's an interesting conversation that they're going to have. Outside of that, bro, Rokkr Nero Tweak series, holy shit, that guy was fucking hoop taping Rokkr. Or not Rokkr, he was hoop taping the Ravens, yeah. And everyone else provided. I think Kenny had a great series too. We've been looking for him to step up, after his stint with Optic, but he looked pretty comfortable today, and everyone else was frying. I mean, I like the Rokkr team. I've been rooting for them the whole season, even though I know they're all inconsistent. They're all young guys at the end of the day, outside of Kenny. So, I mean, it's just good to see them, do well. I'm rooting for them, but
yeah.
I mean, I said it with Nero, dude. When he's in that mode, bro, if you keep people spawning in front of him, I know that sounds kind of insane, but like if the spawns are just very consistent and this guy knows where people is at, this guy's literally a fucking missile, bro. He just darts at them and he kills everything. He's so good at it. I feel like if Kenny can bring that discipline to the squad and let this kid shine and control that pace and make sure that everyone is playing organized and let this kid fry, they can have some success. Because yeah, he's been inconsistent, but he hasn't been on like godlike teams. He's been on good teams, right, with some decent players here and there, but like he's never been on like a super organized team. And I've always said that like his strength is also his biggest weakness, because when he goes out there and makes those plays, he could also be fucking the game up for his team. So if they can find a way to like channel like Nero's strengths consistently, I know we've said this for a long time, like this team could be good, like especially with the way that the rest of the team's played. So I mean, I'm excited to see their run. I hope they make a run. I want this champs race to get interesting, and I'm a fan of their team. So
yeah, Nero has been unreal. I mean, even just in the highlights. I mean, I'll pull up a few of them for you, but he's been crazy. Sam, I want to go to you. You've been very vocal about teams who drop Vivid seem to get shit on.
They all get last.
What's going on here, Sam? What are your thoughts, and what do you think about the roster change?
Every team that's dropped Vivid got last at the next tournament.
It's actually crazy, bro.
Crazy.
Vivid's probably
Putting it out there, bro.
Vivid's probably sitting there like, what the hell? It might be something else going on with Vivid rather than his gameplay that people just don't like.
Potentially. Yeah. Well, where do I start? Waited to see if Dylan Rex was good at Call of Duty after playing Thieves. He somehow had a worse series than TJ. He threw up Halloween map 4. The Ravens team, I mean, thank God they had a good early year. I was so high on them. They were performing well early season, had good placings, played well at the minors. They have been legitimately awful since then. I mean, every single one of their players have fallen off a cliff. It's again a blessing that they played well so they can go to champs. But yeah, this team, I mean, they're right where they should be. They got last, and I think deservedly so. They're just not good as a team.
TJ fall off was crazy, bro. He was like top 5 in the beginning. I thought TJ was gross.
Yeah, I mean, the whole team is just regressed.
To be fair, he hasn't really been getting that put on. This map was just so bad. He's 4-13 right now, but
also,
I mean, he
can I
finished
say
better
something?
than Dylan Rex, bro.
That's crazy.
I don't want to interrupt or feel like I'm yapping, but
he had a bad stage. Go ahead, Chris.
I want to say something because you pointed it out, Tom, that you said that maybe it's something else with Reese outside of his gameplay. I know Reese. I've known Reese for a long time. He's really quiet. He's a very humble guy. Super he's just a chill guy. Literally,
damn, TJ
I don't think
shit on,
I don't think it's anything outside of game with Reese. I think he's just an easy. I think he's just an easy target because he's like kind of quiet and kind of just like reserved, and I feel like if he's underperforming, like it's just easy to target him as like a scapegoat almost. He's not like doing anything crazy outside of game. Like he's a chill guy, so just I don't want that like narrative spill out there because it's just unfair to him.
Yeah, so you think
I mean he has gotten dropped. I will say, like, I think Reese has ended up in some shit situations, but like he's gotten dropped from a bunch of teams as well. So like, there's got to be a common
why is he getting dropped,
on.
Chris, from so many teams? Like, what do you think it is?
I just don't think he brings anything extraordinary with his gameplay. Like, and I think that when they're looking at like upgrades, like he's just an easy one to get rid of because again, he's like relatively quiet. He's not like a fucking standout personality on the team or makes these insane plays that are like if you're looking at this roster objectively, like Slasher, yeah, literally Slasher their leader, right? And then when it comes to like TJ and Gwyn, like TJ's had good performances at least earlier in the stages, and he's a big reason why their S&D was good. And then Gwyn's supposed to be their star player, so he's just an easy target. Like at least on this team, he's the odd man out. So I don't think it's anything related to outside of the game things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the fuck it is. I thought you might have knew. I like Reese too. I've always had a good relationship with Reese. He's a great guy. I think he's a good player. And granted, this year he did switch roles. I mean, if Vivid does get picked up, I would like to see Reese back on a sub for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like he'd be good on a sub in this game too. Just taking routes, just hitting hills. Like, I don't know. I feel like it would fit him. But hey, obviously this year with the role change, Reese can run both guns. We'll see if he gets picked up moving forward. But does anybody else got any thoughts? I mean, does anybody have Minnesota Rokkr maybe making a run here and maybe potentially taking a spot in that top 8? What do you guys think?
Who they play Ultra next? I don't know who to root for.
This is the champs picture as of right now with Optic losing.
That'd be a deep fucking run.
They have to, if they win the next series against Toronto tomorrow, they are 15 points behind Optic, assuming that they lose their next winners round or losers round. I don't know who they would play. Yeah. So Optic right now do have a good cushion. They have a very similar stage 4. They play pretty much an identical schedule. They don't play FaZe and they don't play Thieves. They play Vancouver and Toronto both, and then they think they play LAG and Boston as well, both of them. So it's not scheduled cheese. It's not like easier qualification. It's legitimately who is the better team at the end of the season. And as of right now, Optic do have a good cushion, but the issue is that it's a 15-point cushion. So assuming both of them play relatively similar online, if Rokkr outplays Optic at Major 4, they will bump them out of champs.
Wait, also this is with saying that they beat Ultra tomorrow, right?
Yes,
or
if they lose to Ultra tomorrow, Optic have a 30-point cushion, I believe.
30, yeah. And
so if Rokkr lose tomorrow, it's probably chalked.
They beat Toronto.
If they win tomorrow, it is a serious opportunity for them to qualify.
If they beat Toronto, they would play the loser of Boston and Vancouver, I believe.
And that's probably going to be
The top
Boston.
four.
I mean, we've been underestimating Boston a little bit, but I would say it's probably going to be Boston.
They have a series. If they lose tomorrow, again, it's most likely chalk. Just because I think those game 5s from last stage are going to come back to bite them. But if they win tomorrow, Optic fans might want to shit themselves a little bit. It's going to be close.
I mean,
And if they somehow beat Boston or fucking Surge, then
Oh,
they're
it's chalk,
really
bro.
shitting.
It might actually be fucking.
It might
chalk.
actually be chalked, right? Like how many points? Because I think they get more points if they place higher, right? Like not. It's not like a same point amount per win.
Up to
15 per
finals.
win. Yeah.
And then
Oh,
if you
okay.
win, you
So it
get
is.
more.
Okay, so it is. So they would be if they beat both. If they win 2 more games, they're tied.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like legitimately tied.
They'll be
Holy
tied.
fuck!
If they win their next 2 series, they'll be tied with Optic.
wow. That's
God
crazy.
fucking damn it,
That's
dude.
insane. I mean, even if they just win one, being 15 points away from Optic is pretty close.
With the
Right.
basically identical schedule for stage 4 online.
Yeah. So, I mean, we just got some really big matches. And I'm sure if you're Minnesota Rokkr, you know that, right? They know this, right? The Rokkr boys, they know how close they are, right? They can smell it. They can smell that shit. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Minnesota Rokkr. Obviously, they're still in the race. So, yeah, they're not out yet. And they're playing Toronto Ultra with a substitute. Granted, their substitute has been performing very well. We'll see if Minnesota Rokkr can get the W there. But any final thoughts, guys, with the Minnesota Rokkr and the Carolina Royal Ravens? Any final thoughts? What's next for Carolina? Are they making any changes?
Probably not.
You think
No.
they're
I mean,
staying
the problem is they just don't have the like if they go for, let's say, Merc, like they're not gonna be there's gonna be other people gunning for him, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
It's also not necessarily a clear upgrade path because although like for
They'll probably give Dylan more time.
Huh?
I said they'll probably just give Dylan more time.
Boys,
Yeah.
At the end of the day, T's also got to play better this split. If you count online as well, get a 0.73 or 0.74 in S&D, and somewhere between like a 0.8 and a 0.9 in control. Like he's just got to play better in general for them to have a chance. I don't care which fucking AR is swapping out at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You need that sub duo to get back to being impactful like they were in the beginning of the game and actually make some noise, or they're going to keep sliding down the standings. And they're kind of in the mid pack right now for champ standings, but they could end up in 6th or 7th. They have another best stage.
The only
There's
thing
quite
that
a few-
worries me, the sub's getting worse. When they get home, the sub is not
gonna
going to get.
It's gonna get buffed.
It's not going to get. Bro, I'm telling you, this new sub, I don't know how much the pros have used the new sub. It is nowhere near as good as it used to be.
Well, all they need to do is throw in reinforced barrel. That pretty much negates the range nerf that happened, and then
A little bit.
yeah,
A little
it
bit,
does.
Chris.
It'll bring it back to like what it is at this major. It'll be pretty close, and then when it comes down to it, that recoil pattern, they'll probably throw on like compensator or portage comp. They're not going to use the C9. If you guys have played rank play, the C9 is fucking insane. It's basically an assault rifle, and I don't see another weapon coming in. So it's probably going to be a 2 attachment swap. The challengers are already playing with reinforced barrel. As far as the pro league, they might add in more shit. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say the only time I've seen the C9 is when Shady was using it, and man, was he fucking he was shooting fucking wind.
Oh yeah, but that's shady, bro.
That's our boy Shady, man.
You know,
The C9 got
That's him
GA'd.
Poppy right there, bro.
I'm pretty sure the C9 got GA'd when the Jackal got like its barrel taken off. I think they tried using the C9 in scrims. I think like FaZe was using it or some shit. That shit got GA'd like immediately after.
Oh, so isn't there a new map coming in? Haven? When's that coming in?
Well, unless it's
season
dropping
1
fucking next week is
May
Sharp.
1st.
or season 3 reloaded. So yeah, May 1st.
May 1st. Ooh, that's gonna get tight.
May
with timing,
1st.
man.
I mean, Benjay, that's next week, Benjay.
That's Thursday before the fucking matches. I don't think they're adding this map in.
I mean, they can add it in.
They might need to, bro.
They can add it in midway through. Can they not?
I mean,
We gotta know
they
if
always
it's
go
good
behind,
first.
right? Or like the previous sets, they'll be looking at Barrage
Yes.
for this next coming qualifier.
There's no break for these teams to practice that map, though. Just
I
go
will
in and
say-
stuff.
All right. Well, then nobody has
I will
practice
say
on it. It's an
Barrage
even
H-
playing field. Good luck.
I will say Barrage HP is fun. I don't know
That's
if it's
the
going to be
only
looked at
hope
as
is
comp.
Barrage
That's the only
Hardpoint.
one. Grind Hardpoint was shit. Barrage Control was shit. Barrage Hardpoint, it's pretty fun. AR heavy map though, so
Really?
I don't know.
I
We'll
thought
see.
that map was dog shit.
Nah, I played
The
it
only
a lot.
dog
I've
shit
been
thing
playing a
about that
lot.
map is the fucking like the bulldozer
The
hill.
bulldozer hill,
It's so
yeah.
trolly,
All the
bro.
other hills are pretty fun.
Bulldozer hill is
Sitting in
so
sitting in a
trolly.
fucking ditch there.
So trolly. Other than that, I think the map isn't awful. Or at least the
Yeah.
most viably competitive map.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
excited to see Haven because it's a new map and the layout looked good. Right, so I'm just
we won't see it probably. They're always like one like set behind basically.
Yeah, we got a one more series to go through, but everybody's saying COD League tweet, so let's see what's going on real quick.
It's the Costco guys.
Should we tune in? Let's tune in real quick. It's only a minute.
Right.
Let's see.
So there's 12 teams in the Call of Duty League. I'm going to give you guys the city name as a little hint, and you're going to guess what the team name is. So let's go. So first up, we do have the Atlanta team.
Atlanta FaZe.
Atlanta FaZe, that's right.
The Atlanta FaZe.
Atlanta FaZe.
Let's go.
All right. That's already one correct. Next up, we have the Boston team.
It looks to me like Boston D-Generation X.
That's a good one. This one is Carolina.
Carolina Falcons. Kind of looks like the Monarchs.
It's a combination of the two. It's the Carolina Royal Ravens.
Okay.
All right. This one is New York.
I'm going to go New York Infinity on that one.
That's a good one.
I'm going to do the New York Squiddy emoji.
New York Squiddy emoji, all right? It's one of the LA teams.
The Moon Knights.
The Moon Knights.
All right.
Vegas Falcons. He has a Falcons.
Vegas Falcons. There you go.
Falcons.
All right, Big Justice is our winner.
On that one.
2 correct. My guy. All right, appreciate you. Can we get 5 big booms for the Costco guys? Boom! 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 Absolutely. All right, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
All righty, guys. There you have it. It's Gersh with some 5 booms there from the Costco guys. What are they doing there? They're not at the COD event, right? They're just there for something else?
I have no idea.
I doubt they did for the COD event, but shout out to Gersh, man. He's been on the floor over there. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but he's been doing a phenomenal job with the interviews. So shout out to Gersh, man. But let's hop into the last series of the day, the one that everybody's been waiting for. We got Atlanta FaZe going up against Optic Texas. This one ended in a 3-0 victory for Atlanta FaZe. FaZe, they come out hot. They start strong, 250 to 161 on a Hasi and a hard point. And then things get really interesting as the next 2 maps are nail biters, as we have a round 11 6-5 win red card S&D for Atlanta FaZe and a 3-2 overtime win in the protocol control. We'll take a look at the ending of both those 2 maps because it did come down to the wire. We'll scroll down here, take a look here at the stat sheet. We got a 1.02 from Abizi, a 1.24 from Celium, a 1.27 from Draza, and a 0.94 from Simp. Everybody putting some weight in the damage department. On the other side, the only one positive was Hook with a 1.05. The rest of them negative. You have a 0.87 from Dashi, a 0.93 from Shotzi, and a 0.75 from Skies. We'll scroll down, take a look here at the match MVP. There's no MVP here, but if I had to choose one, it's Draza with a 1.37 in hard put, a 1.83 at SD, and a 1.12 in control. Good, great series from Draza. Wow, is this why they call him the CEO? I mean, this guy just went absolutely fucking nuts. Draza letting it sing here on the main stage. Pat, we'll start with you. We'll work our way down. We got Atlanta FaZe 3-0 and Optic Texas got a little close there, maps 2 and 3, but nonetheless a 3-0 victory for Atlanta. Optic get bounced out of the tournament. What are your thoughts, Pat?
Well, I mean, first off, now it's official. Both of these teams are on a 3-peat. That is now back-to-back-to-back top 8s for Optic Texas. I just want to give a shout out there. But yeah, I mean, FaZe just took care of business, man. I think we all knew FaZe was going to win this series. Skies with another absolute stinker of a game. I don't know how this guy got on this team. It's fucking mind blown. Every time I watch a series of this Optic team, I'm still mind blown by it. But yeah, I mean, Draza is I don't know. I mean, he's trying to surpass my record, but it's kind of cheesy because he's only done it in 3 years, and they play so fucking much. But yeah, this guy is beating them every time he plays them.
What's your record, Pat? You know your record off the top of your head?
No. Brian Stats just tweeted not too long ago, but I think it's like I've knocked him out of tournaments like 13 or 14 times or something, and he's trying to get up there. Mm-hmm. But I didn't meet Optic in loser bracket that much, so it would have been a lot more if you just count purely wins. But anyway, we're not here to talk about me. Yeah, I mean 3-0, taking care of business. I'm sure. Yeah, we can say like the maps 2 and 3 got close, but we knew who was going to win this series.
I definitely got close for a second there. What about you, Duarte? What'd you think of the series?
I said it going into the series. They need their ARs to show up if they're going to beat this team. and they did not. They both were not very good, especially Skies. He got pooped on. Yeah, Draza continues his fucking streak. The fact that this is called E Classico or whatever the fuck,
it's
kind of mind-blowing to me. Yeah, I know, but like some people were saying, I think the broadcast said it. I think what's FaZe's record versus Optic like in the last like 2 years? It's like pretty fucking bad, isn't it?
It's like 10-1. Is it 10-1?
It's pretty fucking insane.
They played them a lot.
Yeah, 10-1. 10-1.
And Zach's record against Optic is also fucking insane as well, for what it's worth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only saying the last 2 years because that's when they got draws in. So, yeah, it's pretty bad. So I don't know why they're calling it that anymore because this is a belt ass whooping every single time. But yeah, they threw a lot of situations away, bro. That 5-5 was the call they made was absurd. I actually really like that S&D, and I was liking the fake outs that Optic were thrown at him. FaZe adjusted and they brought it back, and it was a back and forth battle towards the end. But that final round was fucking insane. What they decided to do with that bomb.
We're gonna take a look at that final round for sure. Definitely an Optic troll. Shotzi made the play, and then I feel like what happened after is just kind of a brain fart. Obviously, Sam was pretty vocal about it. We'll get there. But Sam, what did you think about the series? Atlanta FaZe, a 3-0 Optic Texas. Couple close maps, but FaZe got the job done.
I mean, this was an egregious throw through and through from Optic. Map 2 and map 3 were just fucking terrible. I mean, you guys touched on the round 11, the 2-0 control. I mean, that was FaZe's best control map. We've been saying it's pretty much a wash every time they play it. And Optic managed to have a 2-0 lead and just absolutely bottle it. So, I mean, this is kind of a pitiful one, I won't lie. Mm-hmm. They looked great. This is why I mentioned earlier when I was talking about the Falcons series, like how important that win was. This was not like a easy fucking 3-0 like formality series. Like this was genuinely a very good series to watch. And Optic should have been taking this minimum game 4, if not game 5. So, I mean, if you're an Optic fan, you're just pissed at the amount of advantages that these guys throw. I mean, I mentioned it yesterday when we were watching that red card clip, and I'm sure you have a couple clips here for backup on that. But I mean, these guys make the game so complicated for no reason. It's step A to step B, and they just create so many things between those 2 points for no reason at all, with advantage in most of those situations. So I mean, we'll get into it, and I'll talk about it more. But this was a fucking horrible throw.
What about you, Benjay? What are your thoughts on the series?
I think you guys mostly touched on it. Like this is just a complete fucking toss set of Optic, and this probably should have got a 4th map. I think Ant actually played pretty good in this series. I don't think that he was being scam. And we'll go back and watch those clips. I just think this is going to end up with them rotating Caesar out for somebody, and then just trying to back into champs. But bro, this team is a master of none. There's nothing coming on the stage is neither of the 3 game modes do I feel confident in. The S&D is probably the most egregious because the amount of times this team gets first blood and doesn't convert the rounds is fucking criminal. And they got a lot to work on if they want to get to any kind of contender shape the next 3 events of the season.
Yeah, I mean, let's hop into some of the clips. I mean, we get into back-to-back listens here. In the first map, Hacienda Hardpoint was a tie game when they went into it, and FaZe actually get a big break on Rokkr, and I feel like this is where they kind of built their lead a little bit. But let's tune in and see how both teams were sounding. We're going to start with Optic Texas and see how they sound.
I'm one shot. I'm one shot. Yeah. I'm going around the back. I'm already in the back. I'm waiting for you. Yeah. You guys see anything? I'm waiting side door. I'm waiting for side door. Give it around. Laying down. I'm one side door. Laying down, drop it. Nice. Center head dead. I'm gonna go front. Yo, one guy's definitely push out front. One guy's definitely push out front. By the way we spawn. You should go center here. I'm big gates. I'm stunning native.
Yo, he's on top of Lambo. What's checkers? I think what's checkers?
No, deep back. Center.
Closer, you guys. Center. I'm challenging front again. Okay.
Side door. One shot side door, guys.
Shut up,
He ran mid. Yeah, I'm going down. We should rotate. We should rotate. Yeah, rotate. They're gonna be our mid shit. I'm getting in.
I'm kind of way close right. Close right. There's two.
I'm holding 10.
One guy's definitely like through somewhere.
Urge, I'm holding 10.
I'm checking our plot.
I don't see shit. Can they be under fire?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I'm checking. Yeah, he's behind us. Good comp. I got one.
What's B10? Nice. What's B10?
I'm blocking.
I'm missing one more. I thought plot.
He might be you or something.
Stop.
Nice. No one there. We're missing one for He's gonna be open on you, Brandon.
I gave a plot, boys. I gave a plot.
Dark, Zach. One shot dark. Absolute dark, okay? He's going plot.
I'm about to come help you guys. I think that you will.
I detonated plot.
One dark.
Top plot side.
Dark again. Dark one plat. There's multiple plats.
Shoot top plat. Yo, one could have spawned in the back if you like.
I'll look at it.
Another one gonna be in our. They're both there. They're both there. Both plat. Both plat, guys. One jumped out. One shot. Nice.
One more plat. One more plat.
They're gonna flood the fences after that.
Time, sit, watch out. He's absolute outer fence. He's absolute outer fence.
Pretty tough, bro. Oh yeah, I'll see the top back. One guy's close to you.
Outer
fence cell. Outer fence cell. There's
Absolute cell. Absolute cell. Or Drazza. Drazza's one.
Nice. MC was there too. I'm gonna go bonfire to cut the spawner.
Okay. There's definitely Drazza.
There's time.
One shot dead. Nice. Probably one more.
Sky. All right, that's gonna do it for the listening with Optic. Texas, what'd you guys think? I actually thought Optic sounded pretty good in listening. Their small talk was pretty good. Seems like their comms have been better. Probably working on their comms a little bit, right? I know that was a big problem for them, but what did you guys think? You like their listening?
Yeah, I like the flow of
Wasn't bad.
information. I thought they were on top of things. Like a lot of the littler things, like where people are spawning or timings and stuff like that. I think Kyler was super vocal. Ant still does not call out. I'll keep saying it. For the amount of impact that guy is having on the map and what his arrow is doing, the amount of shit that he is saying is not anywhere near where it needs to be.
Yeah, I think they were doing a good job of small talking, but like unfortunately, if you were like looking at the mini map and the caster POV, some of the stuff that they were like saying was just completely off, and I think that's a product of people being in spots that are supposed to be influencing things, but like not communicating that they might have influenced them. So people are asking a little too many questions, if that makes sense. But overall, I'm just glad that they were at least calming. It sounded better.
Yeah, did definitely sound a little bit better. Now let's move over to the Atlanta FaZe listening. There's a lot of energy in this one, especially coming from Abizi. He was getting hyped up here, but also another big break to start this listening. Atlanta FaZe come in and break this rock kill. You can even see it on the mini map right here. We can even break it down after the fact, and we'll give our thoughts on this rock kill because FaZe are just always finding a way to break or hold this hill and get some time here. But let's tune in and see how Atlanta FaZe sound in this one.
I'm coming, Chris. Let's go. I'll team open. Come with the top. I'm nading the right, Chris. Dead. Last side time.
Kill this guy.
I'll team. Charlie. Dead. One shot. Wait. One shot. Nice.
I got stunned.
One shot. I heard her. Nice. I got it. Give him in. I'm blocking. Maybe we'll hold. I'm blocking. I hear. I see a power office. Up to blocking. I see nothing at all. I'm switching. Oh, he's got bottom secret. Where'd he go? He went dark. He's going secret stairs. Secret stairs. Nice, Chris. I'm gonna get dark to me. I'm gonna get dark in there. They're you. Secret one shot. Secret to mid. Secret shit. Nice. I'm spawning boat. I'm gonna go left. Yeah. I'll be open. I'm gonna hit secret then. Open it. One shot. Open it. Rock that.
All FaZe getting
All
fiery.
right, that's listening from Atlanta FaZe. Way different comms from FaZe and for Optic, right? Just a lot more intensity, I feel. What do you guys think?
Abe's going fucking rogue.
Abe is killing everybody on the fucking map.
I heard a BZ nonstop, bro. And you compare that to Optic, and I never heard Shotzi.
It's also important that they were very vocal on who was blocking a lot of the time, and if your teammate says I'm blocking, that basically gives you a green light. Like you can go do whatever you want, just get a fucking kill.
Thing to hear, Chris, as a sub player, when your teammate goes I'm blocking, do whatever you want, your eyes light up. It's like man, it's exactly what you want to hear.
Yeah, because in this COD and just other games, you kind of always are under the assumption your teammate might be blocking a spawn, but when you get that reassurance, it's like a guarantee to go. Because if your teammate doesn't say that, and he's like soft blocking a hill, or he's like kind of playing back, but not hard blocking, and you go too rogue, that's when the spawn starts to flip. So for him to say it, that means literally do whatever you want. Like there's no limit to what you can do on the map.
What do you guys think about the break here? Oh, go ahead, Ben. I was gonna bring up the break.
Do you guys think like it's a product of this game or just in general? Like we talked for a long time about like a lot of teams had like a mute, like aggressive sub player. You think that era is just kind of dead? You think it's a product of this game? What do you guys think?
I feel like that's always been a thing. No, I used to get yelled at back in the day. I used to get yelled at for going mute, like making plays, right? I feel like
that's a whole role change with my team because of it.
Yeah. Oh, with
You just
was that with Nub? Was that with Nub, Sam?
No, with
It's worse in this
Okay.
game though because of how fast it plays. Like it's way worse in this game, but it still matters. Like it mattered in every game, but in this game, you going rogue is it's such a fast paced game. You're gonna fuck shit up if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, and unless your teammate literally knows you're gonna do that, or you give your teammate the green light to go do that, that's where like you get like with a one-off split spawn where you get sandwiched and then die.
What happened here off the break of this rock kill? Because how does Sim just slide and shoot this guy in the back? This guy lost full. Kyler must have lost full. I think it was,
was playing a cheeky off angle where like if Simp didn't like fully slide and commit to the angle, he would have got shot in the back.
Can he not kill? Can Shotzi not
And
shoot him
couldn't
here?
see him anymore.
He couldn't see him like when he got tucked
Yeah,
here.
you can see or you can see Ant get up and have to move to shoot him.
Okay, yeah, and then he just gets taken down. I mean, it's just another clinical break here. I feel like FaZe is always breaking this rock kill. Is there anything there from Optic you would like to see differently on this rotation, or do you think FaZe just made a good play, took good routes here
Once
in the
he
break?
also killed someone close, so I think it was.
Yeah, Caesar wasn't close.
I mean, there's two ways to look at this. Shotzi's done that play and it's worked. He's caught the guy off guard and like he didn't see him. He shot him in the back and it was like, oh, that's a sick spot. But when you get unfortunate timing where you're trying to like do a cheeky spot when the objective play is to just look at the fucking gap so your teammate doesn't get shot in the back, then we're gonna say it's a bad play. So
yeah,
it's just unfortunate. He decided to play it a certain way. It didn't work. Left his teammate exposed. But if he would have just, in hindsight, stayed there and watched the cut normally, took in the gunfight earlier, this probably wouldn't have
Caesar
happened.
also chowed MC closed. I don't know if he got him tagged up or something, but Caesar
Yeah, I think he
ran-
tagged him once he gets stairs.
He ran at him.
He
yeah.
shoots at him when he's like top of the spiral and then pushes
Yeah,
him.
I just don't know if he really needs to chase. They have the row, right? Like MC's gonna have to run at him, right? I mean, it's the rotation's going to Optic, so I thought maybe Caesar just could have just held that, but nonetheless, great break from Atlanta FaZe. I thought that was a big break for them, just to build their lead a little bit and kind of run away with that map number 1. But let's hop into the S&D. We go. If you guys want to go back to another round, we can. I mean, I'm starting things off on the comeback, right? Just 5-3. This is where FaZe started to mount the comeback. And started to make some plays here. And it starts here, right? FaZe are on the offense. It's a 4v4 situation. You can see they end up going to that A bomb site. Shotzi all day long was just making these plays through the middle of the map, just trying to be a nuisance. And he was doing a great job at it, to be honest. Just like being annoying, like being sneaky, finding picks mid-map. I know Sally and we talk about all the time, right? How much he was able to play up top and just like they know where he is, but they just can't kill him.
What the fuck was Kyler? Was Kyler watching window there? Brandon had no trophy up there and got naded, but like, what the fuck was Kyler watching? They just child P2, like anyone shooting or calling out.
Yeah, FaZe also break ankles here. They run right through. Optic has no idea that they ran through. They just run right through to get control of the B site. And they're able to win this round. I mean, you could just look at 3v2 situation. Optic have are down numbers here, and I mean they got to run into the site, and it's just not looking good for them. Shotzi tries to slide it in. They just pretty much get blundered here by the crossfires. What were you saying, Ben? Hook?
Well, once Brandon dies to a nade, what is Kyler watching?
Let's see here. Brandon dies from a nade. Where's Brandon
He's solo
right now?
B.
Brandon...
He's solo B player. Oh, he was just solo B. Okay, yeah, he has no info, and they just go fast. Okay.
Yeah, Hook is
Makes
alone
sense.
here, and I think he just tries to cut back. FaZe just hit the gap on him. So great plays from FaZe there. But then we get into the 5-4 round. Now you have Optic Texas on the offense. And again, it's just FaZe able to close this one out. We'll kind of just watch this play out and kind of see what happens here. It looks like Optic went for like a spread here originally. And then I'll skim through it a little bit. We don't need to see them sitting in their spawn the whole time. You can see Optic now starting to make the play here towards A. Draza switched up the angles a little bit. He adapted. Nobody played that spot the whole map. And I think Draws just caught him off guard there. And I like that after he gets the first blood, he just backs up, doesn't do anything too crazy. Simp is also here with him as well, and they kind of just work this little crossfire here. Sky tries to make the play. He gets taken down, and then Hook wins the fight there, but he tries to get the bomb down, and Draza, he can smell it. He ends up getting pushed up, shoots him off the bomb, and just FaZe with it. Just a pretty clinical hold here on the defense. Great plays from them to push this to a round 11. But I think the round 11 is where most of the controversy was coming from here in this map number 2. Because Shotzi makes a great play, and they just pretty much do nothing with it, right? Round 11 situation. Okay, Shotzi, they know MC plays up here. He's up here every single round. Shotzi just being sneaky, right? Again, just sneaks under MC, gets pushed up into a corner. And then as soon as the contact comes from his teammates, he starts making his move here. And I think it's just what happens next. Sam, I'll kind of give you the floor here because Shotzzy gets the first blood, 4v3 situation. You didn't like what happened next here. So what are your thoughts?
Well, they end up wrapping the bomb to B, and then Brandon stays like back to, I guess, maybe play for a late pinch because they're assuming FaZe is going to try to make a play of some sort. But I just absolutely hate the fact that they went B. And this is what I was referencing when saying they just make the game really difficult. So when Ant is top window, that's a prime like retake A position for defense. And if Ant's already up there, he's cutting middle map. They can't push out hedges. You have no resistance to get to stage. And as long as you clear the bomb or at least trade the guy on the bomb, you have a free post plant with map control. Instead, they go B. They have zero info on this side of the map. Tyler has been an insane B player all season. I mean, this kid is basically guaranteeing some sort of kill in the bomb site. They run through the door and he gets a free kill. Like there's no point of going B here because in order to get the B info that they don't have prior to Ant's kill, you have to challenge it. Whereas if they go A with Ant's map control, you can go stage and get all the info you need and any necessary trade to get the bomb down and win the round.
Because Zach squared up middle map off the rip of that play that Ant actually was able to shoot MC in the back. So like they'd already seen two guys. You know Tyler's solo B unless you see him in the round, he's a B. You know at best you have 1A. Yeah, you just kind of work those A slides. You know, MC's backed out a window. I agree with you, Sam. You can get across, lay that bomb, and play the post plant.
Worst case scenario, they trade out A with numbers regardless, and they have a bomb down.
But instead, why did they hit it when Dashy was across the world though?
That's
because he could sit window and just win the round from there though.
Yeah, but you have a 4v3. They have a 4v3.
You're saying them pushing. You're saying them pushing a B without Brandon.
Yeah, I don't care which site they hit. I'm saying they literally sprint into B when Dashy is across the fucking world.
Yeah, they didn't group up. And I in the watch part, I literally called it after they got the blood. I said, all right, after they got the blood, let's see if they single push and just blow the round, right? And then 5 seconds later, they don't wait for each other. They bash into B, just 2 of them. They get blooded. Shotzzy pushes through mid.
Bro, not even that.
Brother, there's so many corners to check in B, and there's just so much happening. Why not? And you already have Dashy just top window, just looking over everything. You might as well just wrap this bomb back, just get stage control, and just get the bomb down, right? Like just.
Yeah, and I was gonna say with the information that Shotzzy and them have, bro, they know that basically anyone that is on the map is either in B or in spawn or like tucked in the corner like deep A. Like they cannot be anywhere else. They are in spawn, and you are running at the bomb that's in spawn. Hello?
Yeah, definitely interesting plays. Yeah, I'm not sure what the comms are like here in the mid round, but I mean,
whose play call do you think this was?
I have no idea.
Based on the map, I'm gonna say it definitely wasn't Dashy.
I mean, it was one of the two that hit the bomb.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't Shotzzy either, because Shotzi's probably just roaming, just playing his life, just trying to do something.
This is what I was saying. That's just making the game so hard.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I was scratching my head after this one. Feeling for the Optic fans watching that.
It's just another number situation for Optic that they just completely toss. Like, they have to take a deep breath when they get the blood. Like, Ant gets the blood, boom. 4v3 situation, take a deep breath, have a conversation, and talk about what you want to do, right? And it just seems like they're not doing that. It just kind of seems like maybe one guy's making a call, a couple other people are just not sure what to do, right? And they just seem uncomfortable. Like their decision making seems uncomfortable. And Pat, like you said, there were still over 50 seconds left in the round. Like
again, it doesn't even matter what the play call is. Just do it together too. That's really all they had to do, bro. Because the thing about especially the modern CODs, bro, you can make a bad play, but you do it with man advantage and you can turn it into your favor really quick.
Yep.
But the fact that they're just spread out and 2 of them head bash in a door, it makes no fucking sense, bro.
I mean, Shotzzy even tried after the fact when his teammates got blooded. Even after the fact, it's a 2v2 situation. Shotzzy's running down Esky now, like trying to pinch him, right? And Sim just wins the 1v1. Like, it's just no teamwork, right? No teamwork at all. You have Dashy sitting back, 2 guys hitting site by themselves. Shotzi's in the middle of the map, which, to be fair, right, I feel like they're worried about Shotzzy, right? Like, he gets that kill pushed up. Like, why not just play around him, right? They're all eyes are on him. He's pushed up on a map. Great play from Shotzzy, but they just threw it away. Then we get into the control. And again, Optic, they go up 2-1 here. In the control, check out this situation. They're on the point. 8-5 life advantage, and look how FaZe just wipes Optic there. I mean, Optic is in such a favorable position to push this to a map number 4, and look at how they just get wiped here. Sam, I know in the watch party you were saying that you think that maybe this guy on the stairs should have maybe got team shotted, but I think
Yeah,
Skies,
I haven't watched it back. I don't know.
he
if
might have
did or not.
got team shot.
What?
He might actually no. I think no, he didn't. No, he didn't even
No,
get team
Simp
shot.
just ripped him off that shit.
ripped
Oh
him.
my god.
Yeah, he also overextended his
He
body.
overextended.
Like,
Yeah,
if
he gave him an easier gunfight,
Yeah,
but like
he
Simp
overextended
just
his body.
ripped him
I
off
think
of that.
I hate to say this. I think
That's
this also,
crazy.
this also kind of on Brandon because you know someone off is taking a deep right off a spawn usually, right? Like they have to look gun side and like actually get some kind of
Wait, on
timing on the guy.
Brandon. On Brandon top window?
So, well, no, but I mean, they just push out. They just take the long route.
No. That
don't
long
think he
route.
should look over,
That
right?
long
Someone should
route
look over.
with how many? They have 2 ticks basically. They don't even need to look at P1 because if that guy wants to be relevant on the map and do something, he's either gonna have to flank blue, and that's the longest route of
Let's
hell
not
to
flank
kill the
blue.
guy,
That's
and that's
how
not
they
gonna
broke
happen.
this, though.
And that's not gonna happen. And
That's
that's not gonna
how they broke
happen.
this,
So
is it not?
listen. Shh. He has to cut across mid and go through Brandon's sight line to even contest the point. If all of these guys just trust Brandon to cut mid and buy them enough time, and they all focus the tower, it's over. If they all focus tower, they lost. Look, listen, bro. Listen. No. These guys should not get shot. They should not be exposed. The 2 people on this point should not be exposed to mid whatsoever. Brandon literally stares at the mid gun cross, the
Chris is
mid
just saying
back
age
shot
route should be
cross.
irrelevant.
He's
saying
this
age route
should be irrelevant.
Ben, their stacking point. Anybody going P1 is just useless.
No, I don't understand Chris is saying.
Bro,
he's peeking. I see what you're saying now.
If these two, if
you
Hook and
got
Shotzi
two-
are not, or who is this? Hook and whoever
Bro,
are not sitting here jumping up,
What are
they
they
win
doing?
this
Yeah,
round.
bro, listen, okay. This is very.
they're going rogue.
This is very simple.
They
okay?
got a kill too. It's over.
Listen, bro.
I don't know. I think Ben is right. I'm trusting Ben's expertise here.
They
I
got a
like
kill.
that. I
It's
like that
over.
bet.
Just
like
look
that bet.
left.
Brother,
No,
Bruce,
Chris is absolutely right.
listen,
for sure.
Bruce,
Brandon is pissed.
Bruce has
Look left,
all.
watch tower and outer, and fucking let Brandon watch cross. For you. He's
Bruce,
gonna watch.
Bruce has all of mid map. You have 2 guys in hill watching their tower slide. There is no reason Skies Caesar should even be peeking tower. What's the point? What's the point of peeking tower? His teammates.
Well, there's not
have
really
it.
anything else that he's gonna look at in this
Nah, he
situation.
should just keep holding out or
Well, actually, to be fair, he-
Oh, you just want to
To be fair, he didn't have any.
because
Yeah,
his
just
2
keep holding
teammates.
outer.
Whoa, hold on.
Not to be fair, Caesar should just be holding outer here. He should just sit on
No,
the
I'm
head
making a
and
joke.
just hold this.
I'm
Because
making a joke.
If their
To be
teammates just sit
fair,
on the box, they have the
Bro,
ultimate
you
crossfire.
got 2
Tower and
teammates in the
outer.
hill. Their mid is completely covered by one of the best shots in the
No,
game, and you have 2 guys. Your 2 submachine guns in hill.
Yeah.
Just hold the crossfire.
Brandon's probably fucking.
No, I was gonna
flabbergasted
say,
that
I was
they
gonna
lost
say,
this.
Tom.
The
I was gonna say,
controllers.
nah, because you said that he has 2 players watching outer cross. Well, to be fair, they were both jumping up mid, looking at mid for whatever reason right before.
Brandon
I'm saying they have
probably
inner,
just
Chris.
hates
I'm
his
saying they
life.
have in tower. I'm saying they
I
have
know,
tower.
I know.
Caesar
Oh my
has
God.
outer. He has it, and he's doing a great job putting. He put good shots into MC. He's backing him up outer. They can't do nothing. Look, he lights him the fuck up. MC is completely one shot here. Just hold this. Your 2
Back
teammates.
up like 5 or 10 seconds.
For
I wanna
what?
see- I just want to see like if they were all on point to begin with in the stack.
Bro,
Yeah, they were.
bro,
They get the kills and then
they're
collapse.
fine.
Get the kills and they collapse.
It's an
Yeah, I don't know. They just put the
8v5. They
controllers
get
down,
a
they
kill.
win.
It's an 8v5 situation. No. All they need to do is get kills
Look
here.
at that guy. Look at him on top of the ledge. What are you? Nah, bro. What are you doing? You live, but like, hello?
Bro. Sky should just
stay on
hold
the
outer.
point.
The 2 guys should just be watching their tower door, and Bruce has mid. Drop the controllers and win the game. It's over. GG.
Optic don't know how to drop the
Done.
controllers, bro.
Bro,
We've had
they
this
don't know-
conversation a million
Bro,
times.
Caesar, why Chow's tower?
They don't know how
he
to
dies.
put. They don't know how to make the easy play.
Brother, as soon as Caesar dies, and you got these 2 you got Simp and MC hitting this corner like this and hit these cameras, it's chalk, brother.
This is another example of
Boom.
me with the A to B thing, bro. They don't know how to make the easy play. They want to overcomplicate it. They want to get 2, 3, 4 extra kills to
Yep.
get to the point where they should be at with way less work.
And on
It's
top
the
of
theme
that,
of their team all season.
on top of that, the guys jumping up mid, Chris, probably got tagged. They might be weak. Like, they might actually be weak from challenging a Beezy. Like,
Yeah, and then Abe actually just.
I can't believe Sim fucking rips him. That is such a good shot.
yeah, he just rips him off. Caesar should have never chowed that. Just held the outer the whole time, and then boom, 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 it all
Yo,
collapses.
Brandon has got to be fucking mind blown.
Yeah, he lost composure.
He's like,
right
yeah,
there.
he's probably comment I got mid. Don't pick that shit. He's seeing
100%.
both subs just jumping up and down.
Bro, and that's a guy. And when you're an AR, Sam, I was just talking about how when you get the green light as a sub, your eyes lit up. When you're in that situation as an AR, your eyes
Bro,
light
your
up.
top
right?
trips with an AR, there's
And
smile
they
across
have
your
to
face.
rush. Your team
And they have to cross your sight line. They have no choice.
They have no choice. They have nowhere to go. And they're going to be sprinting. They won't have their guns up. They're literally just going to be trying to sprint across like a bunch of, it's like zombies. It's like shooting zombies. Bro, that was a big mistake. from Optic Texas. Drop the controllers and just L trigger, and you win that map. Then we go into the round 5, the overtime. And I mean, bro, 30 seconds left. FaZe on the offense, right? Kyler, he gets pushed up. He ends up dying. Just look at the way that FaZe are able to break this down.
Kyler made a great play before you went to the clip as well. Like 15 seconds prior, Kyler makes a fucking great play. I'll give him his flowers on that one.
Absolutely. I don't know what happened here, though.
Caesar gets...
He got absolutely boobopped or what? He got boobopped?
Yeah, he got fucking slid on shit on, like.
He got boobopped. Caesar's getting tagged up. He's trying to throw some shots. Then he gets slid on. I mean, to be fair, he was one shot. He was weak. But
he's been getting montaged this whole stage, bro.
Wait, no. And then Kyler got fucking pieced in. No, this is. They got 2-piece for the L by MC.
That was a crazy shot.
It was on a 5 at this point because he fucking killed Kyler as well. Killed a guy, I think, fucking Bob Grammars as well. And then yeah.
Yeah, again, just Optic, just throwing it away. I think that round 4 is just the biggest problem, right? The round 4 is just, dude, what are y'all doing? It's just like a perfect scenario. You 2 subs on point, just L trigger, tower door, Caesar watch out, or Bruce has all of mid. It's the perfect scenario, and they throw it away, and they get 3-0'd, and that's gonna do it for the series. You see Draj, you see the boys Crowder hopping on stage. You got Fish up there. They're doing their thing. And then we go back. Any other final thoughts, guys, with Optic Texas and Atlanta FaZe?
Roster change.
I mean, the scams, listen, we talked about the last time, 2 times the 2 teams played. We've talked about a couple other times Optic have played the last few weeks. These guys can't close maps. I just think I agree with Sam. I think you drop Caesar. You got picked up a good crack there from challengers, take a risk. Go full skill, build that cam, and you got to make this champs qualification.
I said this last time we watched this team play, bro. I have no faith in them playing consistently good COD. They just got a full buy-in to just pick up another Slayer and hope they just literally world star people. Like,
and just hope they outplay by 20 every map.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just fully buy into it at this point, because you make way too many mistakes as a team to have somebody dropping a 0.7. And it might not always even be his fault. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's literally just how you play the game, bro.
Would be
fully buy
into
it at this point.
They would be winning. Like, these are scenarios in which they would be winning these maps even with Caesar not performing well. Like, these are all extremely winnable situations if they just make the simple fucking play, bro.
Somebody in the chat said, "Are the
bad with advantage?"
Oddski in the chat said, "Are the scams not fixable?" It's not. They are fixable, but they have literally shown zero signs of fixing them because they've been doing this the entire time, the entire year, even prior to their old team with Kenny and them. Like
there was another instance. We didn't pull it up from the control. I think it was their first offense, but I mean, chat probably remembers. It's when Kyler and Ant had an opportunity to stack B first round offense, and Ant ends up running off of B, like pinching grandmas, coming back down through tower, and they end up getting broke with like 1 tick.
Scams are a personnel thing, bro.
It's just it's ingrained in their fucking brains to just do dumb shit.
You can. That's the thing. I called this out about Kyler. I'm sure I haven't teamed with the other people, but I'm sure it extends to them as well. You can tell people the right play and how to play correctly, and they can agree with you. Like, they can be like, yeah, that makes sense.
They'll say that was faded after the series is over.
But in the moment, they won't make the right play. That's the difference. Like, they can agree outside the game in VODs on the right play, but people black out, bro, in game, and they just don't do the fucking thing that they know is the right play.
I agree. You think that? So you guys think they're making a change?
They should.
And
going to champs is in serious jeopardy.
Bro, they're on a top 8 3-peat.
I mean, 3 top 8s is entirely unacceptable for this type of work. Like, I don't.
They need to make more changes.
Need to make more changes. It is what it is for Caesar. I'm sure he's going to go pop in challengers. We'll see what he does from there. But like, if they run it back with Caesar after this stage,
if they run it back with Caesar, he's got insane blackmail.
Criminal incompetence.
With what I said after Major 2 about the fans revolt thing, bro, I think it will actually happen fucking now. If they don't
it's already happened. It's already happened. My For You page is just filled with like people that like in the Green Wall or the ZooMAFia, like people that are like talking about Optic and like how like it's their team, but like they're just ass.
Yeah, I mean 100%. They're gonna have to make a change. I think 3 top 8s. I think that pretty much says it all. I'm just curious on what they do. Right, like I'm curious. I'm gonna be completely.
I'm offering Merc a contract as soon as this event's over.
I'm gonna be completely honest. The way they've went about roster changes and changed their rosters has just been like horrible. Like they have just made such bad decisions. I mean, same we were talking about it before, right? I mean, they dropped Hook, picked him up, dropped 2 again, dropped Pred, dropped Kenny. Like, think about the caliber of players that they're dropping and the cycles that they're going through. Fucking Chelly said he was gonna drop Shotzi and Dashi today. He's a moron.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Shelly's talking about.
Bro,
He's a moron.
Bro, the thing that blows my mind is like this play. Looking at it is just so easy to pick out what you should do in the moment. That like to me, like yes, they are making bad plays and it's part of like who they are as players right now. But at the same time, like what is their delivery of information? Like what's their flow of information? Like is Brandon not basically saying, "I have all of your top mids, stay down with tower"? Is he saying that? Are they not listening? Or are they not communicating that? Because like to me. Like if I'm the guy in the window, I have all your mid.
I'm shrieking like a pterodactyl that I have all of mid and just all three of them
I'm
look tower.
I'm not trying to put the blame on Brandon, but I'm trying to analyze their flow of information.
I was
when they
thinking the
do
same thing
these
while we were watching
plays.
the clip.
Like how is it that these people are not doing that? Do they not know that he has this? Are they just blacking the fuck out and not listening? Or are they just genuinely stupid?
Bro,
I doubt it.
They're a blackout team, bro. I think it's
I
pretty
said
clear
it
at this
last
point.
flank or the one before, bro. Like, I mean, obviously Shotzi and Dashi aren't going to get dropped, but they can't be the leaders of this team. They cannot, bro.
I mean, I think
Period.
Ben's take was fucking perfect from a couple episodes ago, bro. Like you need a player to come in and change the environment of the camp, and they had that player, and they got rid of him. So
yeah, but outside of that, like
it didn't have to be Ken,
is,
but someone of that caliber.
whoever it is has to have a voice that's higher than both of theirs, bro.
Agreed.
Roster changes, in game, everything. Like the fact that these two, and I'm assuming it's these two, are making the roster change decisions, are making the. I mean, bro, we've seen it. They cannot be the in-game fucking leaders by any means, but like it has to be someone who has like an executive voice, and I don't think they're gonna get that, bro.
Bro, whoever's
Especially
saying
not
Dante,
this season.
I know Dante's vocal. I don't think that's a right solve.
The SIB pipeline for this year is chalk, bro. Like I don't understand why Optic fans assume. I don't understand why Optic fans assume that Dante in the offseason is a different conversation. We're talking about this year specifically. Yeah, we don't know what they're going to do. For this year, they need to take a risk.
The way that people talk, you think that Optic just snap their fingers, bro. They can't just get whoever they want. Like it's just there's contracts, right? It's just I feel like people need to hear this like every year, right? Because bro, we see it so many times.
Optic fans are delusioned to believing they can just buy whatever player they want.
It's not going to happen. Like these teams are not going to sell their best players. They're just not.
They need. If I'm them, I'm making the easy fucking layup, bro. I'm seeing Merc's availability and I'm working with the Ultra. That kid has by far and away passed the eye test for me as a player. He came into a system as a fucking pickup on Thursday morning and has been a standout player at this event. He's great in search. He can use a sub. He soaks hills when required. Like he has great small talk and every single Toronto listening. Like the kid is literally auditioning for your fucking team.
Yeah, what do you want from the guy?
The kid is legitimately auditioning for your fucking team. Go fucking get him.
He did a 1.4 today.
He's shitting on league teams. Like, go fucking get the kid.
That's if Toronto doesn't keep him.
Toronto could very well keep him.
They could keep him. I'm telling you, bro. They should.
I'm telling you, bro. They should pack a punch, man. It would be the smartest decision that Orgi's ever made.
Optic would be in a really rough spot if they did
I think Merc is a short-term fix for the season, but they have many, many long-term problems for their offseason to address. I think Merc is a good fix for the rest of the season.
If I were Toronto, I would keep him because that not only prevents other teams from getting better, but you potentially also get better. And also, like with the way that Joe is like looked at, and even Kleenex at times, like you got to think like teams want like these players. If you give them a reason to stay or invest in like somebody that is young, you're gonna retain more of your team, if not your entire roster that way. Like you don't want to like, because like let's think about it. Like Jamie's a great player, but nobody's going to come knocking on Ultra's door for Jamie. They're going to be going after these players, like Joe, for example. And if for some reason Toronto decides to give up these players, or these players don't end up staying the long term, having a player like Merc is just going to give you a leg up in like the roster
Toronto
sort of thing.
Put Merc on the team for Insight, Optic would consider Insight.
Jamie and Dylan is not. I mean,
Jamie and Brandon on the same team. They're running into the same issues. They're running into the same problems.
I'm just saying. Who else are they gonna get though?
Like, they have to take a risk.
Dude, their options are limited.
Yeah, that's why Merc is important. That's why getting Merc is important.
We've been beating a dead horse here with the discussion, but like we had a conversation about it on the watch party today, and I'm sure a lot of people in chat were there, and Tom and Ben. Like the way that Optic as an organization has approached these roster changes this year, they need to drop their fucking ego about it. Like they need to go and take a risk on a player that they don't know or a player that they haven't thought about in the past. There's no name value that they're not going to get. They went for it with Caesar. He got dropped off the worst team. He's performing the exact same.
That was just an insane pick.
They probably shouldn't have dropped Kyler to begin with, but that's a whole different conversation. Like, you have a serious roster issue for this season. Again, there's long-term problems here to be addressed in the offseason, but short-term, go find a fucking shooter that's good at this game and let him play the last two tournaments.
Halftime, you're spamming it in all caps. They still need an IGL. I also saw somebody else say,
they're not getting one.
And then you got another guy, Cooper. Hold on.
Get it done,
Hold on.
baby.
Then you see Cooper in the chat. He said Merc is not a vocal guy, bro. I'm confused. Do you guys want somebody to come in, drop kills, and micromanage the Optic Texas in game?
No, they're not getting their long-term problem.
Wait, Tom,
fixed this year.
That's a fact.
Brother, when you get a player that's
they're not
gonna have to
fixing that this year.
micromanage, if you're relying on a player to come in and micromanage the team in the middle of a game, it's literally chalked. Plus, that guy who's micromanaging the team is gonna get shit on. The guy who's the guy who can't focus on his own game and is gonna have to micromanage what everybody else is doing on the map is gonna get shit on. Now that guy's gonna get fucking shit on because he's trying to do everything. He's trying to micromanage everything.
Wait, they had that and they didn't listen. If you go back to, like, I think JP even said in one of their like there was a clip or something.
Yeah,
or
they said
I
they
don't
didn't
remember.
want to play the game the way Kenny wanted to.
They couldn't play the game the way Kenny wanted to. And that
Which
obviously
was probably the easier way. But that's a whole different conversation.
No, but that way requires thinking, bro.
It requires less thinking, actually, Pat.
Nah,
it
because
does require less thinking and more using your fucking mouth.
The way that they want to play, bro, like they just bro, it's Kyler, Shotzi, like in their head, get kills, win. Like, no bullshit. That's how they think.
I mean, bro, if you make the game is easy when you just play guarantees. If you can guarantee a sightline, if you can guarantee a spawn point, if you can guarantee a kill on an area, that is how you play COD. When everyone on your team is playing guarantees and no one is playing 50-50s, or making the game chaotic, so you have to think more, that is when you start to lose and throw shit. If everyone is just playing the simple way, there's no unknown variables. You know everything that's going to happen.
I'm calling
that's
it now.
what Optic does not do.
This is what's going to happen, bro. It's going to be fucking hilarious. They're not going to listen to anything we just said. Attach is going to get dropped, and they're going to pick up Attach.
No, dude.
I don't think so. I don't think that's what they're going to do. I actually think they might not make a change, weirdly enough.
They will have a fan boycott on their fucking hands. If they don't fucking make a change. I think the fans, like, you think the fans are pissed now. Like, I think if they make no moves, I can't imagine what their streams and what Twitter is going to be like.
I mean, bro, I'm just saying, if they don't
it's really bad.
If they don't get Merc, they're going to have to take a risk, bro. They're going to have to.
You don't even know who's going to fry this fucking Challengers event this weekend. There might be someone that stands out.
Whoever wins the Challengers events and the next runner-up.
Trying to throw his hat in the ring here. I mean, you know,
that's where, you know, scouting and actually watching Challengers is important, bro.
Yeah, but they're not allowed. They're not allowed in the room. So how do they scout?
Ooh, good call. It is kind of tricky at this event.
Hey, can they not?
Whoever wins this event is
Optic Exceed.
I mean, games will be streamed, right? Games will be streamed.
Symbols is saying Brack, but like I don't.
I mean,
sure,
maybe.
I guess. Fuck it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Exceed.
What
What about Optic? What about
Exceed
Optic Exceed? What about Optic Exceed, guys?
God.
I think the green wall would turn into FaZe fans.
That'd be insane. That'd be absolutely insane. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Somebody said beans. Like, I mean, they can't get beans, right? Unless they pick up Merc for beans. Which beans? What the fuck? If Toronto makes a change, I don't think it's gonna be for beans. Personally,
they're not making a change.
Most likely they're not gonna make a change, and most likely it's gonna be Merc who's sitting on the sidelines. And if, from my understanding, what Toronto they have to buy Merc. Do they have to buy Merc?
They would have to.
No, the Optic would have to give him an insane offer that Toronto can't match. That's another thing, bro. If Optic just want to give like a minimum contract, then Toronto's absolutely matching that. Like with the right of first refusal, the way it works is like Optic, like he's allowed to get an offer, but Toronto have the right to match that offer, and he stays in Toronto.
Methods said that he would play. Oh, best of luck. Best of luck to the green wall. Best of luck.
That'd be the only way they get
They're
worse.
better off getting fatty.
That's insane. No, they can't, bro. They have to stop with like these main ARs, bro. Like you guys have to stop naming main ARs. They have a team composition problem right now. They have two main ARs.
Brandon is your main AR.
Yeah,
I don't know who.
You're not changing.
You guys are gonna hate this, but like, what did they pick up fucking Reese?
Brandon.
You're right. We will hate it. Right.
Brandon does not have a Maddox anymore. He is a main AR.
I mean, at this point, Scump is your best pickup. I'm not even fucking trolling.
Seth-
No, I'm
Seth
not even.
off
I'm
the-
literally
You're
not.
so
I'm
bored.
not
You're
even
so
trolling. No, I'm not
bored.
trolling though, Chris. I'm actually not trolling. He might be their best pickup. No bullshit. Like
You think Scump is their best pickup?
they might? Hey, they might need to
Hey,
put
me
the
and Seth can run it back, bro.
I think Octane's their best
Me
pickup.
and Seth can run it back. I'll micromanage these morons. Fuck it.
slowly. I mean, hey, like I said, on a real standpoint, they have to take a risk. They have to go into challenges and take a risk and try and make something happen. But we'll see what happens. Well, obviously, they're eliminated from the tournament. If they are making a change, they're probably already talking about it right now. So we'll see what's going on there. We'll see what happens. I expect maybe a few changes from some of these teams maybe after this tournament. But let's take a look at tomorrow's matches. We got Minnesota Rokkr going up against Toronto, Vancouver against Boston, and Thieves against Miami. The loser of Thieves and Miami will play FaZe, and the loser of Minnesota and Toronto will play the loser of Vancouver and Boston. So we got 5 banger matches tomorrow. It's really coming down to crunch time now. Minnesota trying to make the run. Minnesota versus Toronto. Who do you guys got? This is a tough one. Listen, I might go Minnesota here and see if they can make the run. I might give it to them. I might go Minnesota Rokkr here. I'm going to go Rokkr 3-2. I can see it being a map 5 grueler and Rokkr taking it. They love to go map 5. What about you, Pat? What do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go Rokkr as well for the storylines.
What about you, Duarte? Chris?
I'm gonna keep backing my boy Merc this tournament. Although this is hard for me. I like both teams, but I'm just gonna go with Merc.
Okay.
Toronto.
Sam?
Rokkr for the script.
Benjay?
Toronto. Or sorry, Minnesota. Apologies.
All right, then we got the Vancouver Surge going up against the Boston Breach. I'm personally going to go with Vancouver on that one. I think Vancouver is going to go all the way. I think there's, after FaZe, they just look so good. I just got Vancouver taking it. So I'm going Vancouver 3-1. Who do you got, Pat?
I got Breach. Never doubt Doug Sincer Martin.
Slowly. What about you, Chris?
I got the Surge.
Okay, Sam?
Vancouver.
Benjay?
I got Vancouver in this one. It's just tough with the map pool, I think.
Okay. And then we got the LA Thieves going up against the Miami Heretics. I am going with LA Thieves 3-1. Who do you got, Pat? Slay?
My bad. I think I was looking down when I said it.
Oh, no, you're good. What about you, Chris?
I got Thieves, but I could see Miami pushing this. They're with Metals playing this way, they're good. So if Metals has another good series, they keep up that S&D streak.
Mm-hmm.
You never know, but I mean, this is Thieves' tournament to win, bro. Like they have to win this tournament. So I got Thieves.
Sam? Benjay?
Thieves.
Wow, Sam.
I think
really?
the Miami Neslo angle is in though.
Slowly. What about you, Benjay?
I got Thieves. I think Miami will make it interesting, but Thieves will close map 4.
Miami Search is a little worrisome for me, for
This
sure.
is fucking chalked. Chelly's doing it. Chelly's fucking doing it. I can't believe it. He's gonna win. He's gonna win this shit. He's
Where
already.
did my averages go?
Johnny
You're good, bro.
sold you.
Just 2 more days,
Johnny
you're good, bro.
sold me so fucking bad.
Wait, who do you have left, Tom? Because you lost Johnny and both Optic players.
I have Rancor left. He's my only hope. And the problem is, Sam, is his average is already so high that it can't get better. Like I lost. Like I'm out of it. I'm out of the race.
Wait, what about mine? What about mine? Because I went down too, and I had like a good team. Is it because Real? Is it because Real hasn't played and Neptune hasn't played?
Could be. Yeah. Maybe because they just haven't played. Yeah, I really don't know. You might have a potential maybe to take this. Maybe your averages are just not the same. How the fuck is Chelly at 60 cents? Chelly's got
let's
a good
look at
team.
his team.
He's got a Exodus got eliminated. He's got Joe, Snoopy, and Abuza all playing tomorrow. So
No, his averages are going to go down. That's why.
You think so? You think they'll go down?
Yeah, because all his team has played once except for Joe, and Joe played really good today, so his average like got boosted from his first debut. While like my team, like I have multiple or 2 people on my team have played twice, and they've pretty much been around the same. So yeah, he might go down tomorrow.
Yeah, but I think he's also going to gain more points in the map.
Gersh has 2 players. Gersh has Draza and Nero playing as well.
I should potentially get some in the win percentage as well because I have Toronto and
Team Nub has his whole team in the tournament still. His whole entire team. That could also be a team we got to be careful for. Nub might win another one. I'm not out of it yet, because if Miami somehow make a run and Rancor just continues to fry, I mean, you never know, right? But
I mean, dude, he has Enable as a FaZe player, so like if they go all the way, his map wins are going to be insane.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's looking slow for me, but that nub might creep in there and get that one. But any other final thoughts, gentlemen, on a day, on a match?
We should predict the other 2 matches because we need them for breaking.
Well, we don't know who's going to be there.
Yeah, but that's
you still have to predict it though. You know
predict it based on who you predicted.
Yeah.
Okay, let's switch back. All right, so we would have Atlanta FaZe going up against what? Miami. I got Atlanta FaZe in that one. And then we would have most. For my prediction, it'd be Toronto versus Boston, and I have Boston in that one. What do you guys got? Same as me?
Yeah. Does everyone have the same as Tom? Because you guys all picked Minnesota besides me.
Yes.
So I'm the only differing one.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ultra it'd be Minnesota versus Boston. Is that what we had? Yeah, Minnesota versus Boston, and
you have Minnesota. I have Toronto versus Boston.
Yeah. So you've done your pick. I'm the only different one.
Right.
So I would go with Boston over Minnesota in the loser. Is that the loser?
What do you guys think about that matchup, Toronto versus Boston? You think because I don't know. I'm kind of like thinking about it. Like I don't know who's gonna win that one, but I feel like Boston's been playing pretty well. I feel like they're all kicking up right now.
Yeah, I just don't know how long the Toronto fill-in magic is going to go. I think Boston's a really good matchup for them, though.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Ben, you want to give any predictions? You picked Rokkr, Tom? Yeah, I picked Rokkr to win.
Oh, wait, I'm actually cooked.
It's
Chris has Toronto versus...
Oh, right. So I am
Chris has Toronto, Boston.
Yeah.
And then we have Rokkr, Boston.
Right, because it's the winner. 100%.
Yeah, it's the winner.
If it's Rokkr, Boston... Damn, I might go Minnesota Rokkr. If it's Rokkr, Boston.
I'm still taking Boston.
You're taking Boston?
FaZe. Yeah, Boston FaZe.
I have Toronto in both.
Yeah, I'll go Boston too. I'll go Boston as well. Boston FaZe. Yeah, Boston FaZe. All right. Any other final thoughts, guys? Benjay, you ready for the putt? Sink us out, Benjay.
Yeah.
Sink us out.
Yeah.
Let's do it, man. Good show today. Thank you to everybody that's been tuning in, bro. I hope you guys have been enjoying the watch parties and been enjoying the shows. Appreciate all the energy, as always, from you guys. We got some channel point predictions right now. And Benjay, you got to sync this, man. There's over 15 million channel points on you syncing it right now. So don't let them down. Got about 9 million on him missing it. So a lot of channel points on the line in this one. Let's see what Benjay Nassim can do as he steps up to the green. He lines it up. It's Ben. I don't know if he's got his slippers on. I can't see him. You know, I think that's always a factor. But Benjay, stepping up. Can he sink the putt? Benjay going to sink the putt any day now from Benjay as he takes 8 years to line it up and misses it. Sit the fuck down. What the hell? What the hell? The putt landed short. He had no power. He missed it again. No, he made it. Benjay, I'll tell you what, Ben, I know what you did wrong.
It literally just sat there on the left.
I know what you did wrong, Benjay. I know what you did wrong. Okay?
What?
You're overthinking it when you're stepping up to the green, bro. You got to go up there and just go for it, bro. You're overthinking it, boss.
I mean, I don't sit here and if I hit a practice putt before I did it, I'd make that like majority, but.
Well, there was 23 million channel points on you making it and 9 million on you missing it. So how do you feel about that, Benjay?
The house wins, I guess.
The house wins. Yeah, they lost. Everybody lost, man. Everybody lost.
House fucking wins.
But guys, that's gonna do it for us. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Anchor.fm/theflank. Check out audio.slash Go follow at the Flank on Twitter. Gert's doing a phenomenal job running social per usual. ZooMaa.gg for the merch, and make sure to join the community. Spotlighted to the top of my Twitter. Spotlighted to the top of the Flank Twitter. And as always, we'll see you guys tomorrow on another episode of the Flank, man. Take care. Brush your hair. Take it easy. We'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Later, guys. Ciao, ciao. So later, brother. Peace out, man.